What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time coming on in, my name is John Ryan from Coffee Talk and Tech. And today, we're going to talk about mics. Particular one. The one that's in front of me. This guy is the BM-800. And let's just talk about this because we usually talk about expensive mics, $200, $300, $400, and we're always discussing that. For the first time, I want to talk about something that costs about $15 to $18, this mic. So again, my name's John Ryan. Thanks for stopping in. Let's get Jeff. He's on the backside, and we're going to discuss a little bit about this mic and a little bit about other things, because this is what we do every night. We talk about a topic like a mic. It could be anything: YouTubing, streaming, hardware, cameras, any kind of gear, equipment. And sometimes it's just about YouTubing and getting started and thumbnails and psyche and all that stuff. So let's get into it. Let's pick up our friend Jeff and see how he's doing. If you didn't see his stream on Tuesday with me, we're going to dive probably a little bit into that topic also, and we'll get to that. We'll bring Jeff in. Hello. Welcome to the stream, my friend.
Are we welcoming me on? Am I okay to come on this amazing show of yours? This lovely, I feel
the dream
I'm so
mix.
Honored to be here. I mean, you look at that gold mic. I don't have a gold mic. I have a painted little $60 mic that my friend sold me cheap.
Yeah, listen, it's still a good mic. This is the golden mic.
Sold it to me. Did I tell you about the time I bought this mic from a guy? And it took him a month and a half to put it in the mail. Did I tell you about that guy?
Oh, who was that?
Who
was that guy?
You know who it is.
That's not John Ryan.
I get the feeling this happens a lot in your household, like fixing doorbells and things. I don't know. You promise things, and it just takes a minute.
Oh, wow. Dang.
I know, I'm really loading up on you. I really came at you hard. I'm sorry. On a Thursday, nonetheless.
Let's see who's...
I'm not sorry.
Let's stop in and let's check out who's here a little bit. And we can see that my wife is here. Oh, I didn't adjust that. See that? That's all right. We'll let that go for tonight.
Hey.
And hi, Danielle. And
can I be like, on Twitch, they got the voice, or the chat, they have the voice chats where you donate. I can just read, hello there, Jeff. I can be the voices of the chat.
You could be the chat voice. Like. Yeah. And this is my mom. She comes into every stream, and she is usually here most of the time. So thanks for coming in.
John, I feel like your mom would have a little bit of a, like a Southern accent, maybe? Does she have a little, just a teeny bit of a Southern accent?
No. Sammy might, though. Southern Jersey. I'm not really sure. I gotta see. I feel like I'm peaking a little bit on this mic, a little bit. Then we got Beards and Banjos. Hi, John. It's my first time here. New subscriber. Yeah, we ran into each other this past week. Yeah, I think it's a great name, right?
Oh.
Beards and Banjos.
It is, right? But come on, Beards and Banjos kind of does go together.
It kind of goes together, right?
You could do beards and like harmonica, but it's not the same thing. Beards and Banjos. That rocks my world there. That's great.
And he got a new toy today. And remember I was just talking about this? So
we were just talking about
it. I'm just really curious because remember I told you I saw that DBX 286 in Pennsylvania. I wonder if Beards and Banjos is in Pennsylvania because I saw that thing up. Right. I saw that thing up for 2 days for $75, and it was gone. And I was going to buy it. I was going to pick it up, and I was going to bring it home. And then all of a sudden, it was gone for $75, guys, and which is unbelievable, right?
You know what that is, though? That's almost as much as a fake 32 key XL Stream Deck, though.
Well, fake one. That's not coming. It hasn't come yet, guys. Patrick, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. We got Consistent Ash. We were on her stream. I was up on her stream last night, right? And
that's right.
Yep, she streams on Wednesdays, and I stopped in to visit a little bit, and she let me jump on for like 10 minutes, and then I jumped back, and I went to
annoying,
bed.
But that's okay.
What was annoying?
She invited me, though. You're not the only one. She did invite me. Ash
She didn't invite you. She invited you because she felt like she had to afterwards.
Was it a pity invite? Was it a pity
probably.
invite, you think? You know her well.
Here's
God,
Aaron.
it was a pity invite to go online. God, that's...
Look at
cry.
See, Aaron's blinking. I think he's blinking or winking at you. I'm not sure.
Is it an SOS? Is it like an SOS blink? Or?
Blink if this is bothering you.
Aaron, blink if you need help. We're sending a team. Oh, man, that's funny.
My wife. What is she saying there?
Oh, I brought up a sore subject, didn't I? Yeah.
Let me know when it's time to talk about doorbells.
At this point, I would be sad if you fixed it. So
here's a new face, Adventures of Dina. Hello, new here. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. So, just out of curiosity,
know where she found us.
Exactly. Where did you find us? And if you feel like telling us where you're from, let us know where you're from. But thanks for stopping in. Yeah. How about this guy? This is a friend of Dan C's, actually. This is Ken, your content coach. He had a new video out today that I checked out. It was very nice. It's a Final Cut video.
Content coach.
We could all use a content coach. This is what we're all here for.
In our life.
Yeah. We're all here trying to learn.
Ken, put your personal mobile number down here. We need a personal coach. Put that up. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Don't do that. That would be a bad idea.
So this is cool. He says that he's in North Carolina. Okay, I got mine through Sweetwater. Well, go ahead.
Question. Beards and banjos. Anywhere near Asheville? Got some family down there. They build homes down there in Asheville, and we're actually thinking maybe that's where we relocate. And I was just curious if anywhere near Asheville. I'd be willing to pick up a banjo and grow a beard.
What a beautiful place. I rode my motorcycle from here down to there. And the thing is, about, let me see, I would say 15 years ago, you could buy a house for a steal there. Now,
not anymore.
Not so much.
My relatives who build pretty decent sized houses down there in like the mountain areas, and they're like, hey, if you want us to build, I'm like, sure. How much is a plot of land? And I'm like, oh, it's nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
the prices definitely went through the roof, and because it's a gorgeous area, and I love it because you're just a few hours from some of the best beaches. If you've never been to the Outer Banks in North Carolina, the beaches are incredibly gorgeous. And have you ever been there?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I visited my relatives down there in Nashville. Yeah.
So you went to the Outer Banks, though?
Down there. Yeah, and then I used to live in Chattanooga, which is just a skip over too. So we used to dip into there quite a bit when I was a kid. And
yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. And apparently they got great beards and banjos. So now when I go down there, I'm gonna get some music.
Exactly. So that DBX anyway. Beards and Banjos.
Yeah.
I picked it up. It looked brand new in the picture. The box looked brand new. $75. Of course, it was gone in 2 days.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. So I had a good time showing up too, Ash. I definitely had a blast stopping by, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And Mommy Lala is in here. Mommy Guide. So if you don't know Mommy Guide, she is from the Philippines, and she does a lot of crafty stuff with her friends on her streams, and check her out. And she's a great supporter of us.
I'm sorry. This means she just woke up, right? Because it's morning time.
It's about 9 a.m. where she's from, and it's 9 p.m. here. Yeah, so she's probably having a cup of coffee, and I have to have one too. Because
ditto, because I was up a little bit late.
Yeah. Yes. So he's in Greensboro, the middle of the state. I know exactly where that is.
Middle of the state. All right, NASCAR country. Oh yes, big time. You got some, you got some.
I see something about Samantha's
Blade.
stream here. She probably has the stream key in there from last week, and she didn't switch it out. She might have, and you can keep the same stream key, but if you flip a different one in there, it's going to pull up the one from the previous stream, and then you get stuck there. Which I think it's kind of what happened to me the one time. Yep. So everybody's saying hi. All right. So listen, everybody, whoever's stopping in here tonight, we always talking about mics because I have a big love for mics, and Jeff has a big love for mics, right? And
yep, I do love the mics.
I don't know if you guys caught the stream a couple weeks ago. I was on vacation in Pennsylvania, and Jeff was running his stream on Tuesday, and I came in on this mic from the hotel room. And everybody was like, dude, he's in a hotel room on a laptop that's 11 years old, and he sounded like fantastic. And I thought it was awesome to jump in there and tell you about this Zingyou BM-800 mic. This is my first XLR mic that I have ever gotten, and it's literally with the boom arm, not this particular one. It's a cheap one, but if you could pick up this mic at times for like $15, it's been as low as like $5. So you can pick up this mic. Are you kidding me? No, before this thing got popular, this mic was something that you could pick up for $5. And so this is, it's not the best quality mic, but does it sound horrible for something that you can pick up right now for $15 to $18? I think it sounds really good. And
I'm actually surprised at the low frequencies that thing is picking up, honestly. I feel like I know you have a low voice, but I'm surprised.
And this is the thing. The Zingyou one is the popular one that's been sold thousands of them now. And the thing, I bought the Motu M2 audio interface. And when I bought that interface, that was about $160. And I was like, man, I can't go and spend another $100, $150 for a mic. And people raved about this mic. I picked it up. I used it for almost my first, 8 months. And then I made the upgrade. So tell me what you guys use mic-wise, any mic that you're using right now. Put it down below. Let me know what you're using. Are you using a USB mic? Are you using an XLR mic? And do you think this mic sounds good for what it is? I'm using this on the Wave XLR, and that's off to the side over here next to my Stream Deck. And I have this mic on a PS1, PSA1 boom arm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so let me know what you think. What do you guys got? Let me see. She is saying, is it me or is JA's audio a little low?
Oh, is it? Wow, is it low? Is it low to you? Chime in. I'll turn it up, or one of us. Can you turn me up, or did you turn me down?
I'm going to make sure that I didn't hit anything.
John.
No.
Stop slapping at buttons. You're like a carnival circus over there, just slapping at the little whack-a-moles. You gotta do it right, man.
Okay.
Yeah, my feeling on that.
Let me know how anybody thinks he sounds now, because you know what it was? The last stream you were a little high, and I brought you down just a tad, and this one you probably were a little. Now you sound good. I think he sounds pretty good now.
Okay. Well, yeah, because as I look at, it's interesting because when I look at the meter, you're at just about peaking out, and I'm at like 80% of the meter, aren't I? So I don't know.
Yeah, they should be thinking. Low? They should be thinking that you sound good now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And
I'm going to trust you, John. I'm going to trust you. Yeah, I think that mic sounds good. I would say, and this is like the slightest thing, like maybe picks up a little more room in it, like a room feel. But man, you'd have to have your ears are really looking for it. But for the money, that is sick, insane. Like that's a really good mic. Because you're not throwing a ton of After Effects on it either. So.
Oh, I have. Yeah, no, I don't have anything.
No EQ or anything on there. So
this is just right here. Now I can get a little closer, and I could make this sound a little bit more present right here. But I just have to bring the gain down.
I don't think that mic wants that. I don't think that mic wants that though. I don't think that's a good mic for that.
Yeah. It's definitely, listen guys, it's definitely very sensitive. It's not a dynamic mic. So it's picking up everything in here. So but the thing is, for the cost of what it is, it sounds, I think, really good overall.
Shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is Alan D. Leon.
Hi, Alan.
Now I believe Alan, let us remember where you're from. If you're from the Philippines or he's from Malaysia or something, somewhere abouts over there. And so we keep on running into each other, and he's got a great YouTube channel. So go check him out. He's pumping out videos left over right, this guy. It's unbelievable. And he's got some good information too. So he's saying, hi, John Ryan and Jay Smith. I am using a Hypercast Quadcast S USB mic. And I know that mic, and it was quite the popular mic about a year and a half ago, because Alpha Gaiman was really thought it was a decent mic, and so once he did a little thing on it, it was like crazy busy. And we got Todd stopping in.
Hey, Todd.
Thanks for coming today. Checking us out.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
So
he's wearing a cool shirt today, by the way. He had a Wham shirt on today. I love that.
Oh, he had a Wham shirt?
He had a Wham shirt.
Wake me up before you go.
Yes, before you go, sir.
I remember that song. I remember that song. Todd just bought the Dasny D50 lights. He just did. I think he just got them yesterday or the day before. So I'm curious to see.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, me too.
I'm waiting to see what because he made a message recently about how he was going to come in here and lay the boom on you if he didn't like them.
Is that what he said?
He's kidding. He did. He's like, I'm going to come in there and just lay the boom on him. But I think he's going to like them. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him. But
we got Ken is using the MV7 USB style. And that is definitely a good mic. And he's got it with he wants to get a XLR and a cloud lifter. Yeah. I mean, but that's the great thing.
That's obviously an XLR option, right? So
yeah, it does both. And so I think that's a great choice of a mic for sure. So
what are those going? Are those in like a 225 range right now? Are those on like they're 2.5?
250.
I'm pretty sure
it's like 250. Yeah. They're a little bit up there, but they're good quality. It's got a good sound. So absolutely. So this is the thing. We're always talking about. A lot of times we're talking about expensive equipment. You know, when you guys see my A10 Mini or you see the Stream Deck or the Wave XLR, we're always talking about stuff that it's like a couple $100. You know what I mean? And a lot of times. We don't have a lot of people asking any questions about some cheaper options, really. But I just want to come on here and just show that a mic like this and how it sounds, and it's a great possible way to get into a XLR audio interface setup for cheap, versus a USB mic, because at least you got an audio interface that lets you be a little bit more versatile. You know what I mean? Compared to just stepping in with a USB. And so I don't know. I mean, I have it. I always keep it just in case if something breaks, in the back, and if something goes down or something breaks, I'll keep it.
Or if you're traveling.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think for the money, I think it's a good purchase price for that.
So Patrick, I remember he has one of these, and the thing is, right, there has been some instances where they have been different. They've broken the capsules open, and they definitely know there's some differences. And so the Zingyou model and the one I did a review on these, and I compared two different models. The quality sounds really good, and you could notice the difference if you end up getting one of those cheaper ones that aren't up to par. But he started the podcast on a Samsung Q2U and a Comica shotgun mic. Okay, so I mean those are above average choices for probably anybody starting out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a cool thing to check out. So yeah, I mean Alan has got some nice stuff. He does a lot of great videos, and I'm hoping that sometime we do a little collaboration with him, Jeff. So if you haven't checked out his channel, check it out. And then I think
I made a note. I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, because I was talking to him a little bit, and I was talking about getting together with him. And so Todd's saying he's going to get those D50 set up. He had a sick one at home today.
Bummer.
So
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what you think, only because I know you're going to love them. And if you have any questions about the remote, let us know, because the remote is a little learning curve, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it is, and yeah,
Nothing big, but once
nothing,
you know
nothing
it,
weird, but yeah, just
right,
yeah.
right. So I think that you'll like it a lot. So he's saying that it's what his ISK BM-800 is about $80 on AliExpress. Why so much? That's a little
That's
weird.
odd.
Yeah,
I don't know
Who
about
knows? Who knows about that?
I don't know. It's like the $100 Stream Deck. I don't know. What am I supposed to say?
So, so the other
Craziness.
thing is, if you guys didn't check my last video that came out, I was talking about using Video Ninja. Now, Jeff and I, we've used that where I brought you on as like a guest, and we were trying it out, and it's kind of like a pretty cool thing, though, right? And it's not perfected by any means.
It gets the job done. I guess that's how I would couch it. It gets the job done. I mean, that's the thing. Like everybody's like, well, it's free, and look, there's different expectations level at free, and then as we pay up and scale up, right? I mean, so it's great for free.
It's great for free. Hi, Adam Exploits, and I was
Adam.
on Adam's stream a little bit yesterday or the day before. It was great to run into him. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, I've tried to loosen up the bot so it doesn't stop everything that's coming in. But I do have a little bit of a tight stream keeping things under control. And I did loosen a little bit, so things should come through a lot better. So I hope that they do for that matter.
I will moderate Adam's exploits because he is suspect. If he had sent one more ninja, though, I would have not allowed that. I'm just kidding. I love it.
So
yeah, I pushed it through.
So Ken said that oh, you did, that came up for you too. Okay, good. Okay, so it said you can show or not show for you.
Yeah,
Jeff?
I did.
Okay,
I showed it. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
That was an AdSense purchase, channel investment. Yeah, Ken, and that was a great investment, right? Because as long as you're visually seem, like things look pretty good. You might not have the best camera, but your audio means a lot. And so spending the money for the audio, I think, is really important a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I think it was a great investment. So anyways, I'm talking about that Video Ninja. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my last video. But I just want to show you guys really quick. This is my camera that I pulled up. And I'm going to use the audio from my mic, which I could use the audio from the camera. But look this is my camera now, right here. So you hear me, Jeff, through my phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now I did turn this mic off. So otherwise you would get double audio. And it's kind of weird because I'm hearing the music from the stream and talking to you guys. But right now, I'm using this Video Ninja on my phone. I could literally walk 2 miles away from home and you'll still be seeing my face because this is web-based. So I can use this on my Wi-Fi or I can use this 5G and just take a walk and pull anything into a stream like this. So not saying that you will do that, but the thing is, like, if you wanted to show something, you can take a walk around and you can go out to your garage and you can go and show people what you want to show them. And the cool option on this is you can still switch screens forward and back right on the fly. So I think that's really cool that you can do these types of things.
Yeah, because a lot of times they lock that feature, right? That feature is locked.
Exactly.
You can't switch it.
Exactly. And so I think that's a nice thing because a lot of times if you go to pick up a camera, if you remember me trying to do my studio tour and I was using my camera, it's really hard to do. And so the phone does a pretty good job of just being able to show everything and make it really easy. So I just wanted to show you guys.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So Video Ninja is not, it's not specific to OBS.
No. So this is a web. That's a great question. Great question, Jeff. Great lead-in.
That's what I'm here for.
So this is a web-based browser application. So you can use this in Ecamm. You can use this in OBS. You can use this in vMix, which I'm using right now. So I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of this. And if you want to learn how to use this, then just jump into my last video and it easily show you how to use this. And I think it's a great little trick. So enjoy it. And I'm going to come back now.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine where you are. Look at that. It's like magic. You're
So
like
what'd
a
you
magic
think?
show. It's pretty amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a pretty decent handoff, given that you're shutting sound and audio down and switching over to this web-based browser. I'm actually pretty impressed, honestly.
Yeah. And that's an old phone. So what you see
What are you
there
using there?
is
Someone asked about your phone.
yeah, I'm going to show that
now.
now. It's a Samsung.
Okay.
It's Aaron asked that, and that's a Samsung S8. So it's pretty
Oh,
old,
an 8?
right?
It is. I got an 8 around here somewhere.
3 years
laying around
old,
doing
right? So
That's
I
the
just
thing
think
about that. You can keep those phones, you know?
exactly. So I just wanted to show you because it's pretty cool to use, I think. So I'm going to set up my PC monitor next week. I don't know if I will use my M50 yet through SparkleCam. No, you won't, because SparkleCam is horrible. You're not going to be happy with it. So I've gone that route, and I could tell you right now, a consistent ashes here, and we put together the list, and I actually have a video on the M50, and it tells you at the end kind of what you need, and I'm pretty sure it has the links of what you need. You're going to need a micro USB, you're going to need a micro HDMI, and if you want to use your camera, I have an M50 Mark II right here, you can just set it to manual focus where you sit. Go check out Consistent Ash's videos or some of my earlier videos with the Canon M50. The picture looks fantastic, and if you're sitting down and you're just doing this kind of movement back and forth, which is 8 or 10 inches, it's not going to make a difference, and you can use your M50. It will look fantastic, unless you have a Mark II, which has a clean HDMI, and you'll be able to use autofocus. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice, and it's an extra camera for somebody that doesn't have the ability to go and buy something that is going to fit their needs. So it's just it's a cheaper option, and I think sometimes we don't touch on these options enough. Just to go and tell people about some of these cheaper options. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we all get caught up in the hype, but it's not only better to learn on these. I think it's good to learn on these things. Like setting up something like Ninja, for example, or anything where you have to kind of do a little bit more out of the box stuff. It's a great way to learn a little bit more about these tools, I think.
Exactly. I mean, because listen, there are apps that you can use that are, take control of your phone more, and you can learn the aperture, the ISO, and you can learn actually how to pretty much use a camera. And learning that is going to be key for you learning how to use an M50 or an M50 Mark II or a Sony a lot better. But the M50 is a fantastic camera. I'm one of the few people that rave about the Mark II for its easy ability to be able to help people that are stuck on the tech of a camera. And Jeff and I have gone over this several times, and he knows that I still think it's a great camera for what it is.
Yep. Oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
If I showed people my garage, they run away right tonight. Yeah, so I don't think you have to show it.
What's going on in that garage?
Yeah, I don't have to show it right this second. So Ken thinks that's awesome. I appreciate that. And then I'm looking for, here's Kombucha Kim. She came in and she's saying hi,
hey,
showing
Kim.
some love. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. I've run into her about 10 different times this week in these streams because her and I lurk in all the same stuff. So
I believe she was in the one today.
So here's Ash. She's saying, yeah, it's true. I'm wired up with the M50. I use John's video for tips and IG to message him directly. Yeah, absolutely. And so if you go look up Coffee Talkin' Tech in IG and, or you can email me through here. You can always ask me any questions if you need some help about doing anything. But the M50 was something that she had bought the year before. She wanted to start streaming. She used her webcam. She wasn't in love with the quality after she saw that what her M50 could look like. And so now she uses it and it looks fantastic. So maybe I'll just get the Mark II and sell the M50 on eBay. Now, that's a decision you'll have to make because that's just listen, I'm not going to say that the new Sony, the ZV-E10, or a 6400 for that matter, is not a great camera to buy. You're getting some things in there that you won't be able to get in the M50. But if you're a guy that's happy with streaming at 1080p and has a little battle with this tech, okay, because you're used to stuff like this on my shirt, right? A cassette from 1985 or 90, then you might want to look into the M50, because I think you're going to really love how great it is with the touch screen and how easy everything is, to use. So if you have any questions about it, though, let me know and I can answer anything.
Does the M50 itself have HDMI, a clean HDMI out?
No, the M50 does not have a clean HDMI. Okay. So what you do is it will keep everything. You hit info until everything comes off the screen, but then you're going to have a focus box still there. And the only way you can get rid of the focus box is by hitting the 4-way button there from autofocus to manual. And once you hit manual, then that box goes away, and then you have a clean. It's not a clean HDMI, but that's the way to use it. Okay. So
I always forget how that worked. That's good.
So Adam asked, John, what's the problem with Sparkle Cam? So Adam, I can't remember, does Adam use vMix or not? So here's the thing about Sparkle Cam.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're going to have to let me know, because here's the thing. If you're using StreamYard and you're coming in at 720, most of the time you're not paying for the upgrade of the 1080. Plus, we know the 1080 doesn't look like true 1080. It's definitely a little degraded depending on the, what's going on and what's being compressed at that time. The resolution definitely with Sparkle Cam is not as clear. You're not going to be, once you see how clear you are with the M50 and then you see what Sparkle Cam does to it, you're going to be like, I don't know if I can live with that. So that's that's what's going to happen. So and then Ash is saying, I have a Sigma 30 lens for my M50. Even with the upgrade, I'm not giving up my camera I use too. So there you go. I mean, it is a good camera, but I mean, if you're going to buy a new camera, you have to go with the M50 Mark II, right? Because you don't save $20 to just buy the older model. It makes no sense.
That's crazy talk.
So Ken saying, I love my M50. Is 4K any better on the Mark II though? No. Nope. So that's that's one of the things. Listen, if you want to watch something that's to most people's level about understanding the do's and don'ts with the M50, watch my videos. I have a playlist on the M50, and it compares why you should buy it and why you shouldn't buy it. And it's really pretty much in layman's terms, so everybody will understand exactly why. And the 4K I don't feel it's usable. I don't think you want to use it. You have to definitely set it on. You're going to have it on manual focus anyway. And then here's the thing. It's usable in one way. You put it down, you put it on manual focus, and then you set it on yourself just like we are. Then you can use 4K. And that's great. But just remember, on 4K, it's going to punch in. And so that camera's got to be far enough away from you, even with the kit lens, that it's not up on you close, and it's going to punch in a decent amount. It's going to crop in a decent amount. So you have to make sure you have that room in between you and the camera if you want the look you need. And if you're like me, where I'm up against this back wall here, I can't go any further. It's not going to work, So that's where you are with that. I mean, I saw all these videos. I saw those videos a year ago, and They switched the Sony. That's not the only reason why. There's some good things and there's some bad things. Listen, I have an EOS R and I got it for a steal. That camera rocks. The pictures, the video that comes out of it, I think looks, personally, I know for a fact though, the 1080p just looks incredible for what it is. This is a Canon M50 Mark II. Most people think when I do my videos it's in 4K. And it has a lot to do with your lighting, how good your lighting is, how good your Sigma lens is if you're using a kit or a Sigma. And there's other factors. But I love it because I could use my EOS R, and I was with my $1,500 lens that's right back, I think it's back here. So it's looking from back there right now, and I took it away because we use it for photo shoots, my wife, and for other stuff, and I want it to be, jump off and the tripod, and this just always is going to sit here, the M50 Mark II, until I upgrade to something, because eventually I do want to, a year from now, maybe be running everything in 4K. That's a possibility. It is not a need, though. It's not. Would I like to do it? Yes, but it's not a need. It doesn't have to happen.
Yeah, you have to determine the returns on that.
Yeah.
What's the real return on that? Is it just because you want to do it, or because it's that much of a leap in quality and going to make you a ton of money?
No. So you can't change. No, you can't change your aperture on there. But just having some apps on there lets you change. On your phone, some settings in there that are very similar to like some of the phones. I don't have a new phone. I mean, that phone's probably 3 years old. So
you could do it on the S20.
I was going to say these new phones, you might be able to do a lot of great stuff with.
Because I've been doing that quite a bit. I have the S20, and it's amazing that you can do that on there. But yeah, it's pretty. I'm sure.
Yeah, so
iPhone too.
He's saying that he'll do like 1080p and 60, and so you pull it in at 60, and then if you want to use it at 24 or 30, you can always do that. And I do that with my GoPro. I'll throw everything 4K 60, and if I want to bring it in and do some slow-mo, I can always do that. And so there's some great reasons for that. Says John, you have another follower on IG. Oh, thank you. I don't use it a lot, but you know what it is I've had a couple people like Robert and Ash getting in touch with me through there, and then all of a sudden it's just more and more people. Dan C's messages me in there, and it's just like I found out it's a real easy way for everybody to pretty much get in touch with me through there. I am backwards with that, and it's something I have to learn. It's another thing that I have to get better at. There's no doubt about it.
We're on the John B. Better program. We're working on all sorts of.
Yeah. You see, she's, yeah, I do, and it's a problem, but I'm getting better and better with it. So I just think like I don't want people to forget though, and Eric Bellardo is a good example of this, right, Jeff? With him using his cameras and a fairly cheap setup. It's a friend of ours, and he runs everything off of that, and you see a lot of people on YouTube for that matter just using their cameras. I mean, I don't know how great these new cameras are, but I see the picture. It looks great.
Oh, God, yeah.
I can't afford that stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm buying mics. I can't afford that stuff. So that's the way I look at it. But I am lucky with the Sigma and the free StreamYard. The 720 actually feels like 1080, so I'm content.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't feel that way exactly, but I'll tell you it makes a huge difference having the better lens on there. But if you go into and look at yourself on the bigger screen, having the better lens helps, but it's not definitely as good as 1080. You'll notice a difference, but StreamYard is great for what it is. It just helps people so much use things and not get complicated. So is he
it's like anything, like OBS. I think OBS was a great initial step for everybody, so you can play with it on your computer, understand what's kind of happening, and then take it in, take it to a StreamYard layer. It's kind of these are great building blocks. I mean, jumping right to vMix, not your best bet, but you can do it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, every like the thing is, if you're doing streams with hundreds of people and you've been doing it on StreamYard, it's going to be a learning curve to jump in here and to do all that stuff you were doing, or Ecamm for that matter. But you'll fall in love with the look. But anyway, the cropping is horrible, and it is. It is. Like I said, if you watch the video of what the Canon M50 is great for, it's great for that. Me, I'm learning how to use the things where I want the Sony products, because I want the 120 frame rate with autofocus. I want some of the other things that you can't get with the M50, but it is the right camera for some people. So
I'm not going to argue with you, man. It's fine. Stop getting so angry about it.
Oh, no. I'm not getting angry. Listen.
I know. It's passion. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't get all excited.
If I'm not mistaken, Potato Jet just did a stream, just did a video on this past week saying how he still loves the camera for what it is. So, that's a guy who switched to Sony.
It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's really hard for people to settle. I think, first of all, we're by nature, we all want to try new things.
Yeah.
But we also are sentimentalists, so we want a romanticist. So we always like to go back and go to the things we started with, or we really enjoyed and thought was a great first tool. That's the beauty of all of this, is they all can be used in a certain way and have joy. I think have joy in your tools more than anything. And I love that. I just love Potato Jet, so it's cool.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, Potato Jet is awesome, and the thing is,
he just gets it.
Yeah. He's like, listen, I'm using this for what it's used for. People are sitting there, they're on their skateboards, and he's got an M50, and they're there with $3,000 cameras, and it's like, and he's like, listen, why do I need to film in anything higher than 1080p for this? And then he actually did 120 frame rate at 720, and he's like, it's not that bad, dude. It's like, here's the thing: are we professional cinematographers? And it's like we're gonna be on the Emmy Awards or something. Is it the Emmy?
Look. Sometimes you need. Sometimes you need those big tools. But I'll equate it in the music world. To see some of these guys, they're not really good drummers, but they show up with like 2 bass drums and 15 toms, and we're like, dude, this is a bluegrass gig. What are you doing? Like, that is not going to cover for your inability to play quality bluegrass. So like sometimes we overthink this as far as the tool is really what the difference is. It can be a difference maker, but often we lose sight of the skill of the technician using the tool. And I think Potato Jet's a great example of that.
So this is probably some truth right here. Is that I have to work on
about
that.
IG. I don't care about it.
Which,
I don't care about IG.
Eventually I will.
I have it. I have 2 accounts. I have a drumming account, which I get a lot of activity on, but I just hate going on there. I hate their system. I don't know. I'm never on there, so I guess.
You hate their system?
I will eventually get to it. What I don't like is I don't like their messaging system, and I know that Ash and others use it, and that's cool. I respect it. I don't love it because I don't use it. Maybe that's why. So then it's like, oh, I forget it's there, and I have to go in and check it out.
That's my thing. It's like, okay, now it's another thing. It's like Facebook.
It's another
my regular
thing.
text messages, my emails. It's like how many things I got to check in a day. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, we probably do need upper game though.
But we do, because IG is a great connector of people, and I have to learn that there's all these other social ways to meet people, to find subscribers, to connect with people.
There is,
yeah,
but so as web development, everybody's like, well, you got to do this, and I got to have 15. So no, pick 2 or 3. And do things right, because I've seen people burn and crash trying to maintain more than Facebook and IG or Facebook and YouTube. Look, we're one people. It's fine to dabble and maybe be better at it, but you can only do so much. Do a couple things right, and then augment your product. But this idea that you should run out there and grow 15 things in your field when you can't even figure out how to plant corn. I really went there. I went to the corn, didn't I? I went to farm boy stuff. Wow.
And we discuss this all the time. It's like one step at a time. And like I don't always agree with the fact of having 3 ways to get in touch with somebody on your YouTube channel, on the banner. I've heard people that are smarter than us. I always say that, which usually means like Daniel Battelle,
everybody,
and Dee Niman, and the people that are smarter than us. The other millions of people. But listen, they don't recommend that you have a million methods because you're trying to grow the platform here. So
absolutely, the best way to do it is you set up a domain that makes sense, and you create your own email. So it's going to be like whatever.
Yeah, but here's the great thing.
Find me at jasmith.com, man.
This is the great thing. I could take people over to Instagram by just messaging me.
Yeah.
So then they follow you.
Oh, I know. I know. He's not wrong.
So it does make sense.
What's this now? Ken's he's coming back to Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Well,
I saw that, and I was going to let you know
that's
that
interesting.
because I saw that what he was.
I'd be curious where, kind of give me an area. So I'll just give you an idea. I'm just north of Milwaukee, right about a mile off of Lake Michigan. So you might know that area, you might not. But, well, cool. Welcome back. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will be gone by the time we get here.
I wanted to say hi to Sammy too. Ken is saying
Sammy.
hi to Sammy, and I just wanted to say hi to Sam. Of course, he stops into most of my streams. And as of the last 3 weeks, Sammy is #1 on messaging, and Lala is #2. So, it was Brian and then Lala. So that's my top three people who've been dropping stuff in the chat. And so that's pretty cool.
In all your streams.
In all my
solos
streams.
and
because a lot of times Sammy jumps in on my solo streams and checks me out, and so he sees it there. But so Adam is saying allegedly 90% of the YouTube viewers watch on smartphones or tablets. So and that is true. So
it's true.
Yeah.
You know, when I started building web designs, it was always start with the desktop and then you eventually get to mobile optimization. And now you start with mobile phones and you work your way back to desktop optimization, which is really interesting.
Yeah, she wants to invest in going for StreamYard for 1080p. Wait for the fall. They're going to have some sales. Catch them when it's the best price, which is usually around between Black Friday and Christmas. They'll have the best price for the year. Snatch that up then, and if you're going to go that route, because it's another extra cost that is not cheap, because they do get you for going to the 1080p. It is quite of a bump comparison-wise.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're here to crack you up. John, make your mom laugh.
Make people
laugh.
Be
a good son. Make your mom laugh. You're a bad son.
So Ken is saying, I don't want to stream in 4K, but I want to do my videos in 4K. Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I do that. Now, I'm not posting in 4K, but I do record them in 4K, so I have the option. I also think you just get a little better. Now, you're supposed to put them up in 4K. You know, how's that? You're supposed to put them up in, if you push up in 4K,
you can film at 1080.
Oh, that's I'm thinking it backwards. You're right. Okay, got it.
Yeah, film at 1080 and then up
in 4K.
Into 4K.
I got that all messed up.
And that
See, this is why you're here, to correct my mess.
No, it just it does give you a little tweak sometimes, especially depending on what camera you're using. So it's really about the information that the camera's taking in, and so
I just like the 4K, and then if I want to take it and I'll take it to 24 or whatever. But I still like having that quality, and especially if I want to slow mo or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too.
Or I like to do a lot of I like to do a lot of push-ins to give them feel, so 4K gives you that better option too.
And that's when you notice the difference the most. And that's like if you talk to a lot of creators, they're like, when you do a push-in is when you'll see a little pixelation on stuff, and that's true. And then also it's a matter of like, listen, 10 years from now, you're probably gonna wish that you filmed it in 4K.
Yeah. Not my first videos, but yeah, some of you with good ones will.
I'm not sure if that's true or not, but you probably, I don't know. You know, so
we'll know when that tripwire is set, and then we'll get.
This is a good question right here. So who knows? We don't know where he is tonight. We're so used to seeing him all the time, but maybe he's got a life. That guy.
It turns out he has a life, and he
does.
You know, good on him. Good on him for breaking away and escaping. I appreciate that. He needed a break. That's
maybe
for sure.
He was like, maybe I pushed him over the edge on Tuesday.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I saw one thing on kombucha. She mentioned that she knows somebody from Northwestern Mutual. And I just want to let you know that I have a friend who's worked there in Milwaukee at their headquarters for like 25 years. I wonder if we know that person together. That would be very interesting. She might know.
I missed that. I didn't even see that. I'm sorry.
And you can. I know Mugwanago well. I know somebody. In fact, her husband graduated from Mugwanago, which I think is hilariously weird, this little intersection. And that's really funny. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so then when I come out to visit...
I miss my Wisconsin people.
You know what it is? When you come out to New York, then you get to see this group, and then maybe I'll head out there one time, and then I get to see a group over there of YouTubers.
Yeah, and we can go up to Door County, which is like Wisconsin's version of Long Island, I kid you not. It's amazing. It's a peninsula, just like it. And it's gorgeous up there.
Well,
it's absolutely gorgeous up there, yeah.
it won't be out of the question because my wife has been talking about doing some different trips like that, and so we would like to see more of the stuff that we haven't seen. And you know,
well, you got a place here to stay.
Thank you.
So you know, you can always trip here. We'd love to have you and your incredible son stay here.
We get the garage,
anytime,
or we get to stay in the house.
No, so, you know, it's weird. No, we got nobody in this house. We have 4 bedrooms. It's so weird. It's like me, my wife, and 4 bedrooms and 2 dogs. So that's about it.
Oh, okay. So she thinks we're too cute. I don't know what that means. I mean, maybe Jeff is.
We're not saying social media is bad. We're just saying do it instead. Like, if you do social media bad, it actually can be bad. Or what's the point of doing?
Yeah.
Like, my whole point is I've seen a lot of people go into projects and usually web building, and then they want to add in Facebook and they want to add in 10 things, and they're doing it terribly. But they think just because I got the icons, that's where it's at. My only point was, you know, pick a couple, do them well, and then keep, you know, adding on and adding on. But no, I mean, social media is great. Instagram is one of the best ones. I do think John should get into TikTok because I think he's got, you know, the vibe for that.
Because I could TikTok and
dancing.
rock. Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
hip-hop,
you and the
bro.
little, you know, pixies.
I do
You
a
could
little
be
breaking.
pixie.
I broke my heel. I broke my ribs. I broke my back. Broke my arm.
Yeah, you can.
So, did you pay Adam off to say this?
Adam has
Is
taste.
this like you do secret messaging with Adam bringing up llamas in our stream? You too much.
My llama song. I know. McGuanago, yep. I know McGuanago very well. One of the best football programs in the state. They're amazing.
Here's Yolanda. She's stopping in and saying, hello, everyone,
Yolanda.
popping in. Long day, about
Long
to get
day.
some shut-eye. Yeah, I hear you on that. Every day's a long day when you're a YouTuber, Yolanda. We don't have to tell you that, and you don't have to tell us that. We know that already.
They should allow us to have 40 days in 40 hours in a day for YouTubers.
Okay.
We should get
So-
our special amount of hours.
I just want to drop a little nugget about Jeff's and my stream. I know, like, people are gonna look at us like we're crazy, but we streamed on Tuesday for 4 hours. Okay, and in that stream, I think it was a therapy session for me for the last hour, and it was me getting annoyed at people complimenting my videos. And
It was.
it was a lesson learned to me that I have to be able to A, pat myself on the back about what I'm doing, B, take the compliments for what they are, because that's the biggest problem, right? Because it's like people are being supportive, and I can't even get past myself because I'm not happy about what I'm producing. And that comes down to us. And if anyone else is out there and feels that way, do you put that stress on yourself so much that you are doing that? And I'm just curious if anybody
How do you
else
take
does.
compliments? Yeah, do people take compliments well? Like, is everybody here really good at taking a compliment, or do you tend to go no, or get annoyed when you feel like like John
Right.
was saying, he gets annoyed if he doesn't feel like the project warranted someone being a little bit, I don't know, I use the word effervescent about his video, and they'll be like, oh, you're being too kind, and now I'm annoyed because maybe you're being a little too kind about this little project that I don't think deserves it. Which is, I mean, this is why we got in the therapy session.
They were
on Tuesday.
like, John, you're the one that needs the help. And I was like, in the end, I was like, you guys are all right, man.
It did
Right.
turn into John in the middle of the circle, right? And then we were all sitting around you like therapists going, well, John, how old were you when you noticed this type of attitude or whatever?
And it is all based off of how I grew up, which is trusting myself to make the decisions best for myself, and not having the some of the areas where I could have used. I just felt like every time I watched people that would give you any good information, I couldn't trust it because they couldn't even bring it up in their own lives. So then how am I going to trust that information? And it all starts, and I told Jeff this 1,000 times, guys, listen to this story because it's crazy. I'm 8 years old. I'm looking in an encyclopedia of what Christmas is all about. I found out Christmas is not, what it is. And I read what Christmas is, and I was like, well, then why is everybody lying to each other? And now you got this guy questioning everything in life.
Oh my God! So you became this cynical monster out of Britannica Encyclopedia, which I'm old enough to know Britannica, and
I hope other people
because
are.
you dipped into accidentally finding out some special circumstances about Christmas at 8 years old. My goodness, man, you've been carrying a lot of weight in your brain.
You know how much stuff that I feel like I have to know in my head to be able to fight these battles? It is grossly overrated.
Goodness.
It's grossly
my goodness.
overrated being knowing a lot about stuff. It's
Well,
not fun.
you know, in today's world, you'd be able to sue Britannica for ruining your fantasy about what was going on and to making you a lifelong massive cynic.
Anyway,
everything.
I think this is her name is Roxanne, I think, and she's part of Heather's group that we're part of.
Yeah.
Heather Ramirez.
Yes,
and
I saw her today.
This is her first time stopping in here, and I super appreciate that. Hello, gentlemen. I dropped in to say hi. There's always something going on in this community. I really like your collaboration. Thank you so much.
It's lovely.
I really appreciate that.
And I checked out her channel today after I ran into her on our group, and again, somebody with anxiety, depression. I thought, what a lovely site, and she really covers a lot of those things very well. And I think she has I told her, I said, I think you just have a very elegant presentation. That was the best way I could put it. Like, if you really look at it, it's a very nice presentation on this subject.
I'm not sure if I've looked at it yet. I'm going to have to go check it that you said that too. I'm just trying to catch up with everybody. You know, there's so many new people I'm meeting too.
Well,
and I want to appreciate.
I think
I just want to say to Ash, thank you for saying this. Thanks, Ash, because I don't ask this, and it's nice for someone else to jump in there and ask something like that.
That's nice to say. I know it was always a nice one. And Ash is mad at us about the IG thing, by the way. She's carrying on in chat like it's the end of the times.
Well,
yeah, she's having a meltdown.
You know what it is, though? I have thought about this over and over, and I'm like, man, I know that could help me. I have to get in there and get that done.
Absolutely. I mean, I've used it for my drumming stuff, and absolutely. And I work with drummers who put out videos like every other day or every day on there. In fact, they also put out, by the way, that's not just there. So this drummer puts out an 8-minute video a day, James Payne. He doesn't just put it on there. He also puts it out on the Telegram app, which actually, by the way, is a really cool app for these type of things. The way they set it up and the way you get into that particular group and how it's a very uncumbersome way of actually storing our channel's media. It's actually very cool, but I don't need another thing to think about. So
right. But Kombucha she's making a great point here, and this is the point that Jeff and I always make, is that you just don't think that you can just jump into filming 4K, especially if you have a full frame camera like the EOS R, that you're taking in so much data, so then you have to upgrade your SD cards to be fast enough to take that data and that information. They have to be big enough, right? And then you got to transfer that stuff. So is your computer fast enough? Do you have enough hard drive space for all the stuff on the computer? And then is your computer powerful enough to render all that stuff? So does that make your whole project like unbearable? Does it make it unbearable? Because then it doesn't make any sense to be doing it.
It can create a huge level of overhead. It's a little bit annoying. But, I had to go out and to her point, I had to go out and get a better external disk, something that was much faster transfer rates. And I mean, once you're set up, it helps, but it does add a little bit to the flow. That's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely does.
That's true too.
So upscale to 4K, that's what I do. I think that's what anybody should do. So it's the quality is going to show up on YouTube. It's going to be plenty good. And if you're filming in 4K, and you have everything that you need to have in order, like all those steps, then God bless you. That's great. But a lot of people don't. So that's definitely something you have to look at. Yeah. And every now and then she stops in, Nisha Future, and just says hello.
Hello, Nisha.
And I always appreciate that she catches us on her streams and does that. Thank you so much.
It's very, very welcome. Very happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I won't get ahead of your chat. Never mind.
We got Ken. Did you know about this? That's what you were talking about?
Yeah, actually, I had to transfer. I had to sold some alpacas to somebody on Washington Island, and you have to ferry to that, as you know. It's beautiful, but it's isolated. It's a little bit of an island-y dip. It's an island. So we had to go up there and actually trip these alpacas on a ferry over to that island. I know.
Is this a way to slip in alpacas and llamas into your discussion?
It's just weird. It's just because I remember that it's a cute little island. It is.
I was just going to have my coffee and enjoy myself.
Alpaca had enough of it.
No, alpaca bet you guys had enough of this llama-loving talk, whatever. Anyway, let's escape this talk and go to I Gotta Go. Because that's how I feel when we talk about llamas and alpacas. But
you stop. You love it. You love it,
I'm
sir.
recording as a guest on another podcast. Thanks for stopping in, Todd. I always appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd.
And I also wanted to point out the fact where we had Todd from Mint Green Audio come in, and he was one of the saviors from Tuesday's stream. I would love to thank him and, a couple other people that stopped in there too. So I appreciate that. Let me catch up where I am.
Yeah.
I'm a Leo. I love compliments. And you know what? I just need to change. Here's the problem. I'm born in December, and I need to, Leo's July, I'm pretty sure. I need to just be a Leo and forget all this stupid talk. So we'll see how it goes. I missed the therapy session. I never happy with the videos.
It was a late night one.
Well, right. Aaron,
it was late. It was late night.
Yeah, it was late night, bro. It was late, but you could relate to it. So go check out JA's stream on Tuesday, the last hour or so, and you will see how, it's really. I really think I'm turning the corner though on a lot of stuff. I feel like I'm turning the corner on a lot of stuff.
This is I agree. We talked about this. I was actually shocked at John. You're not as stubborn as I thought when I met you. Like, you really do listen.
No, I am.
and filter the. You are stubborn, but
I am
you
stubborn.
do at least Well, you wear down. Let's put it that way. You can kind of wear down enough to take the information in.
If I trust you.
Yeah, we all know what happened with Britannica.
Right.
Okay, we know that is the origin of the problem.
Right.
But let's just say you trust. I can sense that through that conversation you were starting to go, well, okay, maybe I'm seeing this from a different perspective. So that was fun.
Yeah, you know what it is? It takes a few people. It takes a few people to say, John, you got to pat yourself on the back. You got to be nicer to yourself. And I think I have a very hard time doing that. So
you do.
And Cashew was one of them that was there.
Yes.
To talk about it.
Cashew was basically getting in there, mixing it up, helping me out. It is still around. That's what I thought. Okay. That's good to know.
Now we got another person for the first time stopping in the convos. This is Keith, and I'm in love with Keith's tech because he's addicted to all the cool stuff. So go out and check his channel. And if his picture quality is great, I believe he has a huge background in music, Jeff, as pretty sure producing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And
is that
so
right? All right.
I think he's seriously deep into it. And
right.
well known, and he sorry, and then so he's got some really cool stuff. He looks fantastic, and he's addicted to the tech. So we love that.
Well, then already he's a good guy. He's making reference to, I think today, Heather Ramirez. I don't know what she was saying, but she's like something about I don't have to call you. I don't want to get the J wrong, and I started telling everybody by the way. Yeah, I just my next thing is to tell everybody is just if it helps anybody. Because I don't need people stumbling and being weird about it. Just, I tell everybody, J-A, but the A is silent. Just go with J. It just covers the whole thing. So the A is silent, just go with J, and we'll be fine. Keep it simple.
Thank God. This is getting to be tiresome. We need to add this in a little stream thing on the bottom about what to call you.
Jeez, how hard is that? But you know what? Okay, put it on the bottom. I'll just put the A is silent.
We'll have to add it in. Just it's gonna say J-A. Just call me Jeff. Thanks, Patrick, for stopping in.
Nice to see you, Patrick. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for stopping in. I'm going to do that next week and not say anything, and then have a banner roll that just says update, and it's going to put, hey, just for future reference, JA. Just know that the A is silent. You think anybody will like? You think how long will it take people to pick up on it? Maybe I'm going to do it. You're laughing at me, but I'm going to do it. Anyway.
I said that a while back to you. Remember, I was like, I wonder if this is going to keep on going on with this. You know,
here's the thing.
thing.
Here's the thing. People remember me though. That was the joke about it, where the JA was tripping people up, got people calling me AJ, you know, butthead and all this stuff. It's fine. But you remember me, good or bad.
Oh God!
Yeah,
they remember you because you talk about alpacas and llamas all the time, and then you pay people off on the side for that.
I do. Yeah,
and
that's what I do, John. I send a bunch of Venmos to people and hire them out to come on here and drop some alpaca llama nuggets. That's what I do. You're on to me, my friend.
Oh God! Yeah, because like this, see, Adam's falling. Adam's laughing in his chair wherever he is, and he's like, "I'm gonna throw this into the stream and see where that goes." But
the answer is a little complicated because I like the Surrey alpacas, not the Wakaias. The Surreys are the dreadlocks, and they're very silky. But we started breeding that same Surrey fiber for llamas. They both are hollow fiber. They both are hyperallergenic. You're not going to have allergic rashes to either.
What are you talking about?
But they are both simple. I know that hyperallergenic just probably blew up your mind, but it's a word, John. So, but I want to finish pretending like. But either one of them works just fine. They're beautiful.
Keith,
they're both installation's great.
Keith, are you out there? Listen, if you're free on Thursdays and you want to do a tech show, let me know.
Oh, gosh. Well, that's fine. But the minute somebody asks Keith about hollow fiber, which is better, he'd be like, what? I don't know what's going on.
So, Keith,
I'll go for it.
I want to tell him, Keith, this mic cost like $15 to $18. And that was like what I wanted to tell people is we're always talking about the expensive higher end stuff because we know like it definitely improves your stream and it does all this stuff. And we love tech because we're tech people, right? But the thing is, this is really cost effective for someone who picks up their first audio interface that, you know, an XLR system for that matter. And it's useful for what it is for them. And to be able to get this and maybe a Scarlett 2i2 or a Motu M2. I have the Wave XLR over here. It's very tiny next to the Stream Deck, and it does the job. It does it for what you need, and so I think that's a great thing to have, and it's cheap enough. So, what do we got here? What's going on here? Oh, I'm not even gonna put that up. I'll put it up. I think llamas. If I remember correctly, we talked about it in the previous stream. You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
Well, I mean, it's okay if a show can expand a little bit outside of the purview. It's okay to have some tertiary. It's another word. It's real.
Whoa! You did that on purpose. No one knows what that means. Nobody knows.
They know what it means.
No, they
know
don't.
What it means. They own dictionaries. They know.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
He does sound great on it. Yeah, he does. Tertiary. You know what that means.
I have to look that up.
It's not a plant.
It's not?
No.
I'm gonna check it out. Tertiary.
Do you want me to send you a link?
It has to do with your butt?
Yes, John. Tertiary is everything to do with your backside. That's what it is. It's a butt word.
See, that's why I don't use it.
I think your dictionary has one definition. That's the problem. It's all about. It's about the butt. It's not about the butt. Okay.
I dropped my mic down a little bit because I just felt like I was hitting every now and then. I was peeking out a little bit, but
how are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I think your mic sounds amazing.
What is Adam saying here with inquiring minds want to know, John?
Yeah, it's a good question. Did I miss something in that? Let me go back.
Hey, man, you sound great on that. I use a $700 mic, and then I go to a $400. Yeah, you have the
$1,700.
Yes, he has the Shure SM7B that he uses. So I have the Rode NT1, and I haven't used it a lot because I'm really just liking the sound. Like for my voice, the pod mic has been great on stream for me because it just fits my voice, right? I have a boomy lower voice to begin with. So when you use this mic, it sounds really good because it doesn't give you that. And then so if I fill that void on this mic, it really does a good job. But if you take Jeff's voice on this pod mic, it never worked out for him. And so he had gotten rid of it. And I just basically use, I have a AKG 120, I have the pod mic, and I have the Rode NT1, and this was my first XLR mic about 8 months ago, and now it just sits there as like an extra thing, or it might go to my son. That's, you know, just kind of like everything goes down to my son to improve his little stream and stuff like that. So I appreciate Jeff's input. Need to pay him some props. Oh, well, of course, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm so glad it's somebody. I mean, somebody appreciates that information.
that means third.
Teacher in the house. Yeah, I mean, it's like
She's
so
a
he uses
phys
it as
ed
an offshoot.
teacher. She's a phys ed, but
She's
she is
still a
smart.
teacher.
She still has her master's plus like 8,000 credits. She's almost like, I don't know, doctor.
I really like you went. She's just a phys ed teacher. What is this?
I know she's like, what? She's probably like, what did he just say?
Oh, you're all your clothes are being thrown out the top floor into the lawn right now. I'll show you just a.
So
Yes, it is for
Keith,
Jeff.
Keith, where are you located? If I want to take a guess, I feel like he's in Georgia. I don't know why. I've only been on a couple of his streams, so I just have a feeling that he's there.
Are you just guessing? Are you just guessing, or do you think you actually know this?
If I am or not, but it's just yeah. See,
oops! Cue the minor chords. This is gonna get black and white really fast.
That's my wife, by the way, people. So
yeah.
But
so
anyways,
you can imagine his evening is already taken up.
yeah. I just like I thought those couple things. I mean, utilize those things. Get the heck out!
It's close to Georgia, John.
I did not know that. Wow.
He's closer than you thought. Producer from
Close.
the
Like,
era.
dude, I could be
That's
there in 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half. But it's just kind of cool because it's another creator that's semi close to this circle of area. And
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of you guys over in that area.
At some point, man, you know, like Keith, I just want to. I would love to get some of us people in this, you know, tri-state area. If it was coming to New York or Hoboken or North Jersey somewhere, I thought it would be kind of cool that we could all meet up and just talk, like, you know, throw out some creative thoughts and talk and what we're learning and what's our pain points and what are we excelling at and, you know, everything. It's kind of, it's really a cool ride, you know, so that's what I love about this whole thing.
I just had this vision that all of them get together, but they don't invite you to the picnic.
Yeah, they're like, wait till we're done eating before you invite John.
And then they leave like, oh, John, we finished up, my friend.
So this is Blind Guy, his wife, and their life. So what's really cool is I want to say maybe I feel maybe it's like 6 months ago or so, I saw them on StreamYard, and they kept on pushing their whole, you know, YouTube channel, and it's really blossomed into something that is pretty incredible. So I just want to say, go check this out because there's a lot going on with this channel, and they're really promoting other people's businesses and healthy aspects of living, and you know, Corey is the husband, and I forget the wife's name because I just forget everything because Corey's funny. So there's a couple things, and she always says Corey. So of course I forget the wife's name, but they're just a good duo together, and I'm really happy for them because they're doing some good stuff, and I appreciate the stuff they're putting up there, and I'm glad to see them stop.
So now you like funny? Not funny is okay. So I can be funny again.
He's funny.
Okay. Oh.
And he's a good singer. He's a good singer, Corey, too.
No, I'm not a good singer. Can't do
You're
it.
not? I'm definitely not a good singer. You guys heard me on Tuesday. I'm horrible at singing.
No, I mean, I give you credit for putting out your singing. It's
Putting
not
it out.
It's
It
not
was a
terrible.
joke.
It's not. What?
My singing that I was
What?
doing was like more of a joke than anything.
Yeah, but it's not bad. I mean, I've heard worse.
It's not bad. Oh, sorry.
bad.
I'm supposed to take a compliment. I forgot.
Well,
I forgot. I'm supposed to just take a compliment. I don't know what I was thinking.
I mean, you're not going to get signed by our friend in Philly, but I'm just saying that,
No. No. And anyway, like that's what's really funny is Keith is into the music side with a lot of stuff, and my dad has been in the professional music business since like 1975, and so there's a lot of history for me in New Jersey and New York with the music. So it's kind of cool. And I just found out last week or so that he's moving to Japan. He's retiring in Japan. So that'll be kind of funny.
That's funny.
Here's funny. How funny? You make me laugh? Am I making you laugh? I'm a funny guy?
Am I making you laugh? Do I make you laugh?
So
God, that was a tough movie to watch in a way.
I
liked
met
it.
Joe Pesci one time, and he's
tall.
Yeah. He came up to my navel, and he was in the Naval Academy, and
oh God.
But he basically, which he is funny. He was a huge hit at one time, but the thing is, I think he lives in Jersey, and I met him at the Orange Manor a million years ago.
All right.
And, because they used to
was it more like the height of his thing, or was he kind of trailing off?
No, he was still kicking. He was still doing good. It was just
okay.
It was, I can't remember the year, but they used to have this like little bar that was there. They would open up on Thursdays, and I went there once and I saw him there, so I got to say hi, whatever. But I didn't go up and just be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because that's not me. That's not me.
You go out there and you punch him in the tummy, and you're like, "You make me laugh? Do I make you laugh?"
Am I making you laugh,
like,
little
they
man?
love that. Yeah,
little man.
Yeah, they love that stuff.
And you remember, I bounced in bars probably for 8 years, from like when I was
shocking,
probably 21 till I was 28, I think. I vowed to do it until I got hurt in a fight, and I got hurt in a fight. So, I fought 3 people at one time, just about one time, and I ended up getting hurt, and I didn't get hurt bad. Yeah, believe this is true. And I didn't get really hurt bad, but I was training for a national powerlifting competition. It was the only national powerlifting competition I was gonna go in, and I trained for the last year and a half, and I couldn't go because my thigh was destroyed from a knee. So my person's knee jammed into my thigh so hard I got a bone bruise and actually bled
during the
into
fight.
my thigh.
During the fight.
Yeah, during the fight. So yeah, I knocked him out, but before I knocked him out, he put his knee up as I was coming down in the air to him, and his knee went into my thigh and then bled my whole thigh out. It was like blood into my thigh.
When he hit your thigh or on your knee or whatever, did you do the Nancy Kerrigan? Why?
No, I didn't even feel it. I didn't even feel it for about a minute, and then.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Jeff,
that's true. Yeah,
it didn't hurt at all for like a minute because I was fighting another guy my size.
Yes, and the adrenaline, right?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, this unbearable pain starts coming on. I'm like, oh my god, let me get inside before like trouble starts. So
I mean, this isn't about this. I know you guys thought this was about mic frequencies, Franz, but it's not. It's about us talking about llamas and getting hurt in fights tonight. That's kind of, it's good to have these kind of extraneous nights. It's another big word, John. I know.
So I figured this was the wife stopping in to say hi.
As the wife,
but drop your name because I would like to remember. And I
drop
apologize
the name if you want.
For
maybe you don't want to because
I'm one of those people.
You might butcher it.
Are you one of those people like when you meet somebody for the first time and you shake their hand? I'm so and so. The name goes right through my eyes and out the back.
Right
of
over my brain. Yeah. Right through it.
I'm like
it's
kicking
the worst,
in the face.
And yes, I take the face in.
Yep.
And for some reason, about 30 seconds later, I want to say their name, and I'm like, I have no idea what your name is, and I feel like I feel like it's so rude, but there is a thing. There is an actual thing about that, about people who don't memorize. It's not some like they don't care. There's a thing about people forgetting.
No, it has nothing to do with not caring.
It's like a syndrome. Okay, right. We're victims. It turns out.
Listen, I can't just, the name does not. Heather, how you doing? When you meet somebody, Heather, does their name go right through your head? Like you're like saying hi and you're looking at their face?
I can tell you,
she probably remembers.
First of all, most women do. Like, there's something about most women I've known seem like they always have a really good memory with that stuff. So I don't know. But
I don't know. Well, my wife does, because she's like, when we go somewhere, she's like, okay, and the wife's name is this, and I'll write, if you want me to write this down for you. It's like, she's like prepping me beforehand because I don't remember.
Do you need me to write this down? That's what I get when I go out of the house to the store. Do you need me to write this down? No, I'm fine. Then I got to call when I get to the store. I don't know. What did you say?
This is the most truthful thing my wife has said tonight, by the way. So
you have the strength of 10 men and the memory of a half a man.
This is my son, guys. This is Matt's mission. And
hey,
my
Matt.
son's 10 years old, and he is a awesome little dude. And thanks for coming in and saying
He's a good
hi. I
kid,
love that.
man.
So, and just in case, Heather, you forgot, and Keith is bringing this up. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate that. The J stands for Jeff. Jeff.
You could, yeah, my official name is Jeffrey. People can call me Jeffrey. But as I was telling John earlier, I'm going to start telling everybody it's J-A and the A is silent. Just go with J.
But he's not silent.
I'm not silent, even though you want me to be, although it makes for a very awkward couple hours. We're just
sometimes I wish he was silent, though, because then he yells at me, tells me that I need to open up my mind.
Oh my God, you act like this is an abusive relationship.
You got to get away from this New Jersey attitude, he tells me. And
yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly what I do.
I don't believe
this all the time.
He doesn't tell me that, by the way. But he says, I love the streams like this, shooting the breeze along the day. Yeah, this is what we do. 99% shooting the breeze. And then 1%.
Now, I'll tell John and I are like, okay, it's like you and I are like my sisters growing up when we did traveling. We always have to hit an off ramp to go to some kind of like, wayside for them constantly to, use the restrooms.
Yeah, but you know what it is?
That's what we do.
We're new to streaming, so if anybody who's here, right? I'm 5 months in, and Jeff is like 4 months in, and I think I have about 40 streams in or so, and Jeff's got like 30 or something, and
30. It's 31 tonight.
31, and I got about maybe 41, 45, and since April, and basically we do a lot of streaming to get better at what we're doing, and so we come in here and we talk about a topic for a while, but then we also engage, and then all of a sudden we turn this circle sometimes.
We go back.
And we get into some really deep stuff, dude. It's like, because not only do we need the
after party stuff.
Yeah. But because YouTube is hard, man. YouTube is hard. YouTube is something that you have to be able to fit it into your life properly. Otherwise, you will quit or it will put you under. And you have to be able to find people that are supportive for you. Right, Jeff? Or like all these things.
You do, and I don't want to like. I kind of want to bring it back in a way because as we watched Tom and Heather's stream today, we kind of touched on these topics. I think it kind of. I've watched that with a lot of like recognition, going, because the reason that it comes back to that is because after the laughs are done, because after some of the tech talk is done, it's like a party. You start to get into the real world stuff. And it starts to get reels, right? And people start dropping, hey man, what do you think about, or what are you afraid of? What bothers you, right? And then you start getting into these open up conversations, and I love those. I think those raw moments are some of my favorites. But it takes a minute to get the trust and the comfort and the warm up and a couple drinks in you.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's, when you check the last hour on Tuesday, and this happens in a lot of our streams, it's deep, bro. It's deep because when you see the people putting the comments up, and then we're talking about topics and people start opening up, it just starts this whole new conversation. And the genuine type of conversation that comes forward where the trust is the big factor, people come out and just say, like, Tuesday I had a guy come in here. His name is Mike, and he's like, basically, I'm streaming for the first time because you put me over the edge the Thursday before and said, that I just got to do it. I got to get out there and not be afraid. And I was like, that is like so touching to me, that I had a little bit of an impact on somebody, and that's like the reason why I love doing this. It hits home for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Although they should just. Yeah, I mean, if I was doing it the John Ryan way, I'd be like, stop your crying. But I like that way better. Put some mud on it. You're fine.
Yeah.
You know, that's a John Ryan way.
Well,
It's not a great way all the time, though. I don't like it, and I liked last week when you allowed those moments and you didn't fight it, and you were open to it. I thought that was fun for me because it was nice to see you
think about it.
Really go after, think about it, like you were thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think long term that's going to benefit.
I think here's the thing, Jeff. Like, you don't know me that long, but people, they think they may know me, but I'm very complicated. And the fact is, the trust is the big factor. So if someone comes in and is dropping some information, and I'm willing to take that from these people because I see where it's coming from, I'm totally willing to accept it. And it's not like it's a new information to me, okay? But it's I'm in a new position here. Like, this is taking a lot of time during the week. There's a goal that I have to achieve. There are people that I want to be here for. I need to be here for myself. And I don't want to give up because I have let myself give up on too many things in my life, and I don't want to let this happen with YouTube again. But here's Heather.
You're not going to give up.
She's one of the people too that, like, I was drawn to. Heather and Tom, and these are these are solid people, and so this is why I feel like I have connections, and with Jeff for that matter. Jeff and me, and another guy, Brian Paul. There's a lot of trust. Patrick. I mean, it's just it's just growing. And this is why we can have these conversations, because other people can open up. And I won't even get into this, but there's a guy here now I'm going to talk about in a second. I just want to say this. What Heather says, I have ADHD. I'm super forgetful. Jim Quick had really helped me incorporate techniques to help with remembering names and other things. He's great. Okay.
I need to check him out. I mean, the truth of it is, I know I've been told I have that issue, and a lot of drummers do, honestly. It's a weird thing, but a lot of drummers actually do have ADHD. And so I should check out those techniques. Might be good for someone like me. So I have to check that. Thanks for dropping that. Jim Quick.
Yeah, it's something I've always had a problem with, and then, like, all of a sudden, and listen, I'm frank with it. I'm not embarrassed. I just walk back up and I'm like, listen, I apologize, but a lot of times I shake people's hands and I forget, what's your first name? And that's just what I say. You know, there are tools and techniques, and that's why anytime somebody drops something they feel work for them, I'm always interested, because it's a lifelong journey for me to try to get that kind of straightened out. So everything's a lifelong journey.
I'm not going to forget John's name.
Thank you. You're doing a great job. I did a weekly stream on my first channel. I eventually do one here. I miss it. Last one was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, I hope to catch your stream, and I really appreciate the compliments. I'm just learning how to take compliments, if you don't know, so thank you. And in all seriousness, pretty much, though. But thank you so much. I appreciate that, and your support, and the new people that I'm meeting more and more, and a lot of Dancy's group and Heather's group, and I met them through Heather. It's like really supportive people, and I love this group. So
this is a lovely group. I mean, these two groups are combined. They're so great because that's the value that we always talk about. We want, and see that they mesh so well in a way together. That's awesome.
Absolutely,
Steve.
And here's another guy.
Have you noticed that Steve attacks me a lot? Did you notice?
He does.
Do you feel like he attacks me?
He does. I think he feels like he can do that to you, but he doesn't do it to me that often.
Oh, I love Steve
because he's probably like John's from Jersey. John's from Jersey. Steve.
Oh, Jack.
And Jeff's from Wisconsin. No, you know what it is? He can. I think Steve and I are really bonding. To be honest with you, no joke, because the last two streams that he had some people on, and he's on YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel. I had a lot of input and a lot of good feedback from the people that he had on the streams. He's got some really great information going on there.
Yeah,
and
he does. Yeah.
I do want to connect with him, and I just haven't been able to commit with a time because I'm going out to dinner tomorrow night, Steve. But I want to connect with you soon because I think we need to. And you said that a while ago, so I want to make that happen. But he has a great stream. It touched me again this week. I had two serious conversations that were like, wow, eye-opening, and I'm learning a lot on here because I think I'm going to be able to be better for everybody and better for my videos and better in live streaming and better working with Jeff and everybody if I just learn to let go and give more. Give more of myself.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you'll enjoy that. But it's very difficult for people, especially for you. I think Steve had recently a couple that, if I'm not mistaken, one on imposter syndrome, but he had one on procrastination. Did he have something on procrastination recently? I've been so up against it. I feel like he did, and I wanted to check, and I was wondering if you caught any of that stuff. So
I caught the last
he has
two
a lot of
streams.
good.
So the thing is, like he's like he's focused in the retail business aspect of things a lot, right? But the thing is, all these things, they're still incorporated into your daily life as a human being. So it's not like you can't take these tools and use them in two different places. You absolutely can, and it make you a better person. But it's and that's what I take out of it, and that's what that's why I go there, because I don't work in that situation, but it's more about learning about myself, and to be a better leader in retail is about learning about yourself and working
you're
better
dealing with
people.
And,
right.
And you're dealing with all types of people, and trying to figure out how to de-escalate and make people happy and come out where everybody's winning. It's one of the toughest jobs you could have is to work in. Everybody should work in some kind of service industry, but retail is a tough one. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's really tough, and it's the turnover ratio is that high for a reason. But Keith is saying, sure. Heather and Tom today was so hot. Heather, I felt like I was listening to Tina listening to you, and it's it's like I said a while ago, and this is why I keep coming back to Tom and Heather and being part of their group, actually paying money monthly, which is super unusual for me to be in their group, because I feel like the connections can run that deep, and I'm willing to give that a shot. And it shows by their honesty with people. They're just real people, and they're not afraid to say, hey, I struggle with the same things you guys do on a different level, and they're not afraid to say that. They're not afraid to listen to other people, and they're not afraid to stop in a stream and just say hello and care about people, which to me, like, I love that. And honestly, when there's a day where I stop in someone's stream and it makes a difference, I'm going to do it all the time, because there has to be a great satisfaction with knowing how much that means to people. I feel you're giving back. You know what I mean? So I love all that. Am I getting too deep? You're reading ahead.
Man.
Stop reading ahead. You always read ahead.
Not. I promise.
So they're asking. Sammy's asking, do you like the sound of the $20 mic? So when I got this mic, I was a huge improvement over having a USB mic. It sounded way better. Now, USB mics in the last year have gone, you got the NT1 USB, right? You got the Wave 3, which is great. So these mics are really great mics, but they're also expensive. And so for me, I wanted an audio interface. I knew that I wanted an audio interface, right? For the usability in many different ways. Even to hook up, my speakers and to run my system. I love sitting here sometimes and just playing the music as I'm editing, or, if I'm going through and watching something, sometimes I like it that way. So, I mean, and I knew I wanted it, but this was my first XLR mic, and for the money, I think it sounds good. Just for the money, so Jersey people.
You sound good, man. Keep doing your
best
thing.
So,
I don't know. I don't think we should start that war, but okay.
Wow. See, he's attacking you again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not. He's probably right to. I mean, I've been saying some things on social media lately about Steve that maybe isn't really, awesome, and so maybe he's a little bit bent out of shape about it. I get it. He's just throwing back.
Well, I definitely want to try to connect with Steve, and then if you want to jump in with that, Jeff, too, I can let you know.
I'd love to if you guys want me to. I'd love to. Steve and I talked early on. I think we were a week in having some conversations over that leader group, and we're like, man, where are you? We should have a beer together on a porch. Because I'm like, we should. I mean, because that's so funny. You just know, like you and I are like, yeah, you just know, like it's so great to have that vibe.
First of all, there's so many things.
These years.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, first thing, I want to talk about all kinds of different stuff, but even when he was talking about his branding and his whole change this year, and he started talking about it, I feel like I have insight about things, because I really take in a lot of stuff, and I think about how things look a lot of times, and I think it was brilliant what he did, and I think I expressed this to you, Jeff, too. And then all of a sudden, here he comes a couple months later, and he's changing everything. And I was like, dude, he is smart. He is smart to do this.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about that. So Sammy says we need to do a B&H meetup with Keith. Yeah, but see, the problem is,
here we go.
This is what's going to happen, Sammy. We're going to go to B&H, and then we're going to go in with Keith. We'll be carrying his bags out. That's what's going to happen. Keith is going to go in there and buy everything, and he's not going to be able to carry it all, and we're going to have to help him, which is going to be really awkward.
By the time we get this group together, it's going to be so large. B&H is going to think we're just coming to take, like this is a mob or something. It's going to be a terrifying, what do you call it, like, what's it, field trip?
Right.
Field trip of a bunch of people.
It will be a
It's a tech field trip. And, it's perfect because your wife is a teacher. So she could help, get the bus together. We get on the yellow bus. We sing our songs. We have our little bag lunches with our little Sharpie names on it, and we, and then we go to B&H for a field day. I'm thinking.
I'm down for it. I'm down. I'll go there every week, dude. I'm only a hop and a skip there from work. So
yeah, but you're going by yourself. That's not great company.
I'm a loner, bro. It don't matter. No, I'm not really a loner at all. But anyways, but in there I could be a loner. Like I can't go with anybody. Like if I went with Sammy, we could spend all day in there, right? But if I go with my family, they're gonna like, dude, come on, we gotta go. Because they're not going to want us to look at what I want to look at. Like I told you, I spend a half an hour in the sections with the grips and the different poles.
Could you see,
how to mount
you're so annoying. It'd be like Keith, Heather, Sammy, all of us are so tired of being in B&H. We're sitting on the front step waiting on John to get out of the wireless headphone thing. We're like, John, seriously, we want to go home.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Go home.
It's probably true.
It's no joke.
And Lala is saying hi to everybody. And if you don't know Mommy Guide, she is awesome. She is a big supporter of all live streaming. And she's not a person that's not afraid to hit the tech up too. You know what I mean? She's using Ecamm. She's using the cameras. And she said that she stepped out for a little bit because she has to check on her son. He's sick. I'm sorry to hear that.
That's the second sick kid I've heard tonight. I believe Todd had a sick son or something.
Yeah. I hope everything is good, and just let us know everything's
Sending
okay.
good vibes. Absolutely.
And, so Heather's saying, hope he feels better. Yes. Is she talking about Tom, or is she talking about... That's a joke. You're supposed to laugh. You don't even laugh.
What joke?
She says,
what was the
I
joke?
hope he feels better. I didn't know if Heather was
talking about the sun. That's not a joke. It's not funny.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, God. All right.
We are a terrible married couple. We are never in sync.
There's so many messages.
Someone's going to have to balance our checkbook. I know there are. You're going to read quicker. You're behind like a mile.
I'm trying.
It says, are these words too big for you?
When we do the field trip to the international part of the community, can I join in? Can she join in? What?
Of course.
You mean if she comes here?
Why does it have to be? Yeah, she wants to know if we could have an international community. Yeah, we didn't look at you as international. We just figured you're a part of the community.
If Lala ever makes it out to New York, she better get in touch with a few of us, because...
Can you imagine John and I waiting for Lala at the gate at Newark Airport? That'd be kind of fun.
Right. So...
Right.
Hey, how you doing? Do you remember me?
Swifty. With two eyes. I don't remember this name. Do you?
I feel like I do one time. I have to think about this, and I don't know if I do off the bat. I feel like he came into a stream one time.
This might have been a while ago, though. A while ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, remind us where you came from.
Yeah, educate us. We're slow people. We don't remember anything.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to know. That video cracked me up at Keith at Convos. So I don't know what video. Maybe the video when he's like, Keith does so much stuff. He's got the jib on the side going up, the camera here. I got this camera. And what's so funny is he's got he's figuring all this stuff out, and I love it because I always crack up because it reminds me of me. Because anytime you're live streaming, not everything is perfect. So he's like pushing a live stream button, and all of a sudden the camera doesn't like work that second, like kind of like the other day for you, and you're like, yeah, hold on, and then he pushes it, and then it starts working. It's listen, live is hard, right? So
the gremlins are real. The gremlins
are real, and it's part of the learning curve. And that's why when you see a person go through a whole live stream and things are going well, like there's a lot of facets going on there and a lot of moving parts. Yeah. So Mommy Guide Incorp, I did a live from B&H and asked really? An old guy if they knew Tom Bob. Oh, did you really? I didn't even know that.
That's funny.
I have to find.
I wonder if the guy knew, and then too, like how old was he? If he tells me he's 40, I'm gonna really feel bad.
I have to check.
An old guy who's 40.
Yeah, old guy, and he's like, yeah, my age. But Lone Wolf John Ryan. That doesn't sound like the guy who had 5 spotters. At the gym.
Right.
Yeah, but I just
Why didn't you lone wolf that spotter?
I went to the gym for like 5 years, and I didn't even lift. I just went there to spot people. It's kind of weird though.
It's kind of weird. It's like a weird stalkish thing you would do, like at a gym. Like I'm just here to pick on.
I just went there to spot people.
I mean, literally spot people, and the next thing you know, you're handing down a bucket of lotion to them or something. It's kind of weird.
Here. Okay, so she's saying, dude, honestly, I'd be eating pizza out on the street. I'm not into that gear. Yeah. First of all, I'm going to tell you the truth of the matter.
Sales.
You go to Jersey and you will eat the pizza there, and then you will be like, I don't know why we're eating pizza in New York. It's the truth.
Here we go.
But no one knows that. I mean, not that the pizza's not good in the city, but Jersey, it's like the Italian food.
Now tell us about how not all the sales are the same sale pizzerias in New York, because they're not.
Listen, we could not go to BH, and we could just drive to people's houses and buy all their stream decks for $100.
That sounds creepy.
So yeah, I'm gonna check that video out too and just see what it's all about.
That's like trick or treat. Give us your stream deck for $100, or we're gonna egg this house. There's like 40 of us in our front yard.
Yeah,
Keith playing some music. Mommy's got some craft stuff. She's ready to attack.
And the funny thing is, I'm sorry, Jeff. I was just jumping ahead here, but it's just like Diana Gladney, right? When she was really small, I saw her videos on the M50, and that's how I even know she existed. Otherwise, I would have never known her. Now I know her in the group, in the circle, and everything. But when she had the
just
M50,
subbed to her.
I got the M50 at the same time, and when she was asking questions about it, I was actually leaving comments about how to set it up and stuff. So that's how I knew, because we were basically doing the same exact thing at the same exact time with the same camera. So that was kind of cool. But
she's great.
She's doing a live. So this is it. Oh, definitely next time I'm in New York. Now that would be really awesome. We'd have to make that happen, right? That would be great. So,
and cheesecake. Now cheesecake in New York is still good.
Oh, listen, there's not anything that's not great.
And bakery.
You pay top dollar, whereas you come out to Jersey and you have this just as good food for about half the price. So,
yeah, it's true.
John the Short is dope. Jeff, are those snares behind you? Thank you, I appreciate that. And Jeff,
that's a snare. Yep, that's my snares. One of my snares racks. Hanging out back there. Yeah, I got the Dennis Chambers back there. I got some old Ludwigs back there. I've got, what do I got back there? It's been a while. I think I got a Gad snares. I got some things I'm not proud of. My Dennis Chambers is a pretty kick. Yeah, it's a great snare. Love that. It's a big, deep snare. Love it.
So I kind of remember this conversation.
You can see John's really interested in that snare talk, by the way.
Well, no,
you were more interested in my llama talk.
After the snare, here's the thing, right? And this is where you have to get used to this stuff. This stuff comes up like all the time for us because it's like probably the 10th time people asked about his snares, and we just got to get used to those things. It's like people asking me if I ever had hair, but
is that a problem? Do I need to move them out of picture? Are you upset?
No. And plus, listen, I want to. I can't wait till you start running the vMix streams. You know how much I'm trying to look at here, okay, pal?
No, I know exactly. I've dipped into the vMix hosting, and it's a labyrinth. Yeah. It makes vMix look like child's play. So I totally get it. I'm just messing with you, man. You know I know it is. I'm just.
Oh yeah, I know, but you said it makes vMix look like child play. I think you meant something else.
I meant StreamYard looked like.
All right.
Child
Yes, it does. I came to your
That's what I
stream
meant
once,
to say.
and I do remember this talk, and I said that it's kind of old for 2021, but here's the main thing: is it's a tremendous jump from the 1050 to the 1060. And so the CUDA cores are increased by a good amount. The speed of the RAM is increased by a good amount. And so just that small jump. I mean, my son runs a 1060 and he runs most high-end games in high with a high-end, Intel CPU in there. But I do remember that.
The 1060 was definitely that was a major
jump.
Upgrade.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a major jump in the tech, and especially for processing and gaming. I'm hungry for pizza now. This is kind of a problem for me. I'm really I could totally eat pizza right now.
I don't know if Heather doesn't like gear. I think she likes gear, but she's not like wrapped up into it like us.
I feel like Heather just wants to use the gear to get things done. She has got things to do. I think she appreciates the gear. I don't think she's like, I got to have all this gear sitting here. Like, I got to go.
So. Yeah, no, she's not.
I don't want to speak for Heather. I don't know her.
I think she's just about getting the content out. She likes that she has the gear, but listen, she's got Tom to say, hey, what do I need? And then she's just happy with it, and then she'll just do whatever it takes.
So you're saying she has to go to Tom to figure it out?
No, but I'm just like, that's one less thought that she has to have in her head. But who knows?
I was setting you
up. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But the channel, the prepared.
It's okay, man.
I'm just guessing. The channel Prepared Patriarch has a pizza restaurant in New Jersey. Oh, I'd be interested to see where.
I don't know
I'm
this.
Gonna have to look that up. I'll look it up, and when I'm close one time, I'll stop in. If Tom is level 100 in terms of love for gear, I'm probably 40. Well, that's still pretty great. So I think what you're saying, like, yeah, you might go in there for like about 20 minutes, and then we would spend.
You'll be there for 2.5 hours. No, you'd be 2.
I would be in there. If I went with like a guy with Tom, Sammy, you, like we could hang there probably we could probably hang out.
Yeah,
for
it'd be longer as we would hold hands and look at all the stuff a little slow. Yeah,
it probably could be that way.
He's uncomfortable. I could tell right now. We would hold hands. I'm telling you. Be like, oh, look at this wireless system right here.
And then she saying, yeah, I'm lucky because I benefit from Tom's gear love. Yeah, and she does. And so, Tom did another mic review today, and I was like, he's got the wall of mics, basically. He's starting, and there's just going to be more and more mics. It's a battle between mics with Sammy and Tom, and Sammy wins the classic version mics, So
right.
I have cables that is with gear. I don't know.
I'm clear that up.
It's a lot of Mountain Dew right there.
We probably missed something in the chat there.
We might have.
She's laughing at us, not with us. That's the.
Oh, I missed a whole bunch of stuff behind me.
Yeah.
Holy crike.
Oh yeah, you're immensely. The problem is on vMix, chat is instant, and you are not. And so your brain cannot keep up with this type of technology. You may have to go back to StreamYard, where chat lags a little bit, maybe.
No, but you know what? Listen, we hit a record like last week or the week before. We had nearly 600 chat comments in there.
Yeah,
and for me, like when you go from like 150 chat comments to like 600s coming in, and it's like hard to keep up with stuff. So I apologize if
it's a lot of reading for you. Maybe people should put more pictures in chat for you.
Yeah, that would keep me focused more. Stop.
That sounded so mean. I feel bad I said that.
Is anybody have the new ZV-E10 on order? Because I know Sammy does, and you guys should be having that shipped like right now to your house. I'm
waiting for
not
Black
buying
Friday.
it yet. I'll get it when it's on sale a little bit, even if it's $50 off. I don't care because I don't need it right now. So I'm waiting for like Black Friday and those types of things and see where it ends up. If I decide to get it, there's a slight part of me that feels like I would love to have the AC7 or A7C, I should say. There's a lot of great pizza in New Jersey. There is 4 pizza places 5 minutes away. Yep, there is, and there's some good ones.
Every one of them.
I think I have. Hey, I think it should be a Sammy, Jeff, Tom with the drum live.
All right, let's do it.
That definitely could be a possibility.
I'm going to hook up my... So, Keith, I've got an old Presonus FP10 yet running FireWire into my... But it still works. I'm going to hook my snake into there, put my 8 channels in. Let's drum this off. Let's do it. Let's get crazy.
Yeah. When anybody watches Heather Tom's videos, we all have a little gear envy, I guess. But to be honest with you, I feel like, God, I'm getting there. I have like some stuff I need to like. I have too much stuff sometimes, I think. And Keith definitely has too much. I think he does. I don't know.
You ought to see.
I
don't have that tech gear quite piled up, but I have moved to the other side. All this extra drum and music gear, I didn't realize I had accumulated so much. I'm taking it and selling it because I have so much. It's nuts. I got to get rid of this stuff. Anybody need
here's
booms,
the thing. I
drum
think
sets or anything.
I think what my new method is like basically if I'm not using it for a year, I got to start thinking about selling it. So that's the way
fair.
I look at it.
Okay.
So she's saying that someday I may graduate from StreamYard to something more malleable like vMix. I mean, it's not for everybody, and I wouldn't say that you need it. It comes to a point like the way I am, and I think some of us can relate, is when you're like really techie and it's like, oh, I want to have the best look, and you can get hung up on that stuff just as easy. And I don't want to make people feel that they need it because you don't, especially if you're really connecting. But the thing is, if you can make the difference and get into that and spend the money and see the difference, it could make your stream more watchable just because the audio and visually it could sound better. But really, when it comes down to it, it's going to be the content, Jeff. It's people are coming there for you.
It's going to be the content. It is. I mean, we've looked at it like we do so much of this. It is nice for people that are doing these co-host streams. I will say the way this is set up to pull the profile up, and when I'm ready, I just call you with a one click, and all my inputs are set up so nice, and it's dreamy. It's like driving on a 4-lane highway all by yourself. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it that I really enjoy. And I think for what we want to do with segments, as we start moving into the fall, we've talked about adding segments. I think this is more malleable. I think that's a great term for this, by the way.
Yeah.
No. I think we could do just fine without it, and the content would be growing and solid. I mean, look at these people in here. These are great people we're attracting. So I think you're right. It's tricky because it's, on one hand, you want to keep pushing that envelope as people who love what we do on the tech and the apps. But then on the other, you want to be careful not to do things that are just so, I don't want to call it gimmicky, but you're doing things just to do it. You want to protect the content value. Yeah, that makes sense too. I went off on a tangent there.
No, you didn't at all. But Jeff, Brian's saying that I've been more excited about technique versus tech lately. Right, because it comes to a point you have what you need, and then you just want to improve on the usability of it all, right?
Yeah, and Brian and I talk about this a lot, and I've kind of I didn't realize I do love the tech, and that's why I got into this. And I love the tech from a musician standpoint and from a web developer standpoint and all that, those different angles. But what I was shocked to learn, and maybe a lot of you have found this too over time, I realized there was more of a creative lurking in me than I thought. And I like Brian, as the tech is kind of smoothed out on some level, and I've got my systems in place for editing, I realized I really enjoy like the technique of it, like the technique of shooting and recording and putting that Rubik's Cube of creativity together. Because quite honestly, for me, it's more of a Rubik's Cube at this point than a chain, but we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like the technique. Not over tech, but I think that's an interest that I would like to focus into. More than I thought. Yeah.
I think Keith is talking about Ecamm here. So he's Jeff, you have the beta. So we don't have Ecamm. We have vMix because I don't think there's a way to cheat to put the chat on the screen. Let me know, Keith, if that's what you're thinking about. Brian Paul,
we are PC babies.
Yeah, we're PC, so that's the way we roll. But at Brian Paul, great point. It's hard to tell that people love tech and gear, but I get gear with a purpose, not a passion. Well, yeah, you have a passion for both, and then you're really excited to use it. And I agree with him because I know he was talking the other day, and like sometimes having another camera, even if you barely use it in the stream, but if you just have that camera there to be able to say, hey, well, this is what I'm wanted to show you. So I'm talking about it. This is how I have my ATEM set up. It's right here. This is how this is. I got my camera right here. And then if like you want to show the back point and just say, this is the overlook of how things look so you can get a gist of things. I think that's useful. And I believe that it's at that point, it can help with people showing just how the layouts are. So that's why
I just realized, and I'm just going to cut you off. I just realized I had another input. I could have put my 5100 angle in, right? Into vMix. I could have pulled that up when I wanted, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, jeez. I probably still could do it during the stream while you're talking to people.
Yeah. He says,
he said,
so that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
First of all,
vMix is,
oh Lord.
vMix is a little bit more difficult than Ecamm to get everything going. It's super production.
Elizabeth.
I mean, it's a little too much, but Ecamm's great though.
Does anybody remember Elizabeth and having the big one?
Yeah.
Sanford and Son?
Every week.
Man. I grew up as a kid God, that was so funny, man.
Every week.
That's a great get right there. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Keith.
I didn't put the connection.
My mind went to it. Red Fox doing that. That's great.
I didn't put the connection right away there, but now that the way you said it,
I'm old. I don't know what to tell you. Jeez.
Oh, I remember. I watched it all the time. That's it, John. Technique. A lot of people get multiple cameras and can't use the one main one. Right.
That's for
and
true.
like Doc Rock I know he gets a little fired up. He's like, listen, you don't need to have all this and the extra cameras and stuff. And he's right to a point. But I just I've seen it in streams where they're talking about something that's right in front of them, and then they don't have the camera to show it. And I think Keith understands that because he's a lot like me. I think when he's explaining something, he wants to show like a different angle and get up close to it. So he may be like, "Oh yeah, this is the mic. Here it is, and it's the the Rode." How come that didn't go in? Huh.
I don't know. You broke your camera? Did you take off the?
Yeah, I didn't change one
thing.
thing.
Embarrassing.
I didn't change one.
This is right. This is like my tablet thing on Tuesday.
Right.
Remember? So this is just like that.
Yeah, it should have.
I'm embarrassed for you, honestly.
It should have the the whatchamacallit version thing on there, but it didn't just pop right up. But like you just want to show it. You just want to show.
Watch me.
It.
I'll do it for you.
I'm not talking about that. That takes a while.
Well, no, it's because my face. I have to do the face thing.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's my eyes. It's tracking my eyes. Yeah.
But
is that what you do?
Yeah.
You have to cover your eyes.
Yeah, because it's got eye tracking.
God, this is so professional. I don't even know what to say. You guys are so lucky to be here tonight and watch this garbage.
So Keith has one of the best Ecamm setups. He uses like 7 cameras with Ecamm without the ATEM. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm going to top that.
How's he doing that?
I'm going to be getting rid of all of my ATEM, and I'm going to try the new Elgato Cam Link Pro out, where it's a PCI card and it's going to have 4 inputs right in one PCI card. And I think that's going to be awesome.
When I build, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting the 4 in there, and I'm just going to let it.
Are you?
I think that's going to be great. But I want to. Yeah, I am. I've already started kind of thinking. We should talk about builds. I think I mentioned to you. I think that's what I'm going to do this fall. This is where I'm going to put some money in and do a build. We should do that. Should we do it together?
We could if you want.
And then yell it. We could, and then blame each other when it goes in the.
I could build it in like 2 hours if you want. But like Doc Rock and Heather and their flow, they don't need it. But me and Tom, we can rock it, and you too. Oh, thanks for including me in there. Thanks, Keith. At the end, it's like, all right.
It barely though.
Barely. I know.
Well, barely. It was kind of like type. Okay, John.
And you too, John. You too. Okay. But
look, your name is in there. I mean, I'm just over here like I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of I'm balancing the picture out.
I just think like people have different personalities in the way they present things, and I think it can be usable if you think the whole thought out of it's not needed, but I think people appreciate a different view because I think it just captures people's attention a little bit more in some aspects.
See, there's that line of need and want, and also.
Well, that too.
And also, to your point, and maybe even Keith's, first of all, if you enjoy it, that's a big part of it. 2, you're talking about honoring the person watching a little bit and saying, I want to give them. So we're talking about technique again over tech, but you're using tech in a way to get the technique. If you think about it, it's a little bit of a weird cycle. So you're using the extra cameras to give them a technique of different views in a way to, it's kind of working a black hole in my brain there. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's got to be for the right person, and it's not just to show off something. And listen, if you're a tech channel, I think it's more even proactive to show that you have equipment that you're utilizing to be able to show people things. That's the way I feel. But Kombucha says, question, thoughts on using something like an Insta360 for a second cam? I don't think it's something I would use, because having a like 1-inch sensor or less, it's if you ever want to look at footage, go look at somebody using one with like a GoPro. The picture's just okay. So the picture for the Insta360 is going to be just okay. But if you have a lot more light coming into that small sensor, then it benefits. So it's very hard to get everything matching up with that look-wise. It's kind of like having your cell phone in this mix. When I was showing you guys earlier, it's like the colors don't match up to your cameras, and so it's kind of like tough for that. But if you're just like pulling it in because it's a useful thing to show somebody something, then it could be reasonable.
I mean, it's really no different than what you started out tonight with Ninja, right? I mean, that camera's not syncing up, so it's the same. Yeah, I was just kind of circling back to kind of pretend like I was smart.
And that's what Keith is saying. Like, you don't use it to use it in the stream. If you have it and you want to use it as a second camera to show something in that particular stream, but not to just use it in the stream to use it, because it doesn't.
How much are those? How much are those these days? Do we know?
I almost bought it. I almost bought it over the GoPro.
I know you did, and I did. I looked at it hard. What's the other one? The Osmo, or what's the Osmos or something? I can't remember the name of it. Osmo.
Yeah, and the thing is that the audio is horrible on those on the other ones. I forget. I can't remember. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. I can't believe how much conversation's coming in.
You guys are breaking his brain. It's kind of fun to watch. He may absolutely implode at some point.
The visual presentation has nice balance.
Aww.
Thank you for being here, J.A.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I have one person in my corner. Because it's turned into Team John, Team Jeff. Team John, Team Jeff.
Stop.
It's like Twilight.
Yeah.
Are you the vampire or the werewolf?
The llama things. I'm the werewolf.
Of our Are you? Yeah, you
probably.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Listen, has anyone noticed that Nightbot is a lot more friendlier this week? Brian hasn't gotten yelled at. And
llama.
It's the same thing with Brian. I think Brian feels the same way. Like, you guys saw the video when I brought the GoPro in here, and I used it to go upstairs, right, and do like I was thinking about using it to get some coffee and take my live stream upstairs. And the video is just, it's not the same. So you can't expect it to be looking great. It's not going to match up with a nice mirrorless or a DSLR for that matter, And the GoPro definitely always has sync issues with audio, so you just got to make sure you get your sync correct, which you can. But
let's give Ken a good sign off here. He's got to go.
Ken, thanks for stopping in. I super appreciate it. It means the world to me.
Thank you, Ken.
And contributing to my
live stream. Go
McGuanago. And gotta go get some sleep. I know what that's all about, bro, because I'm lacking it too.
Hey, so basically Ken's going to be back here at some point. So we're going to have the Midwest version of the streamer get-togethers, and you guys can come this way. We can go up to Door County, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. And so, guys,
Summerfest.
Another thing is, if you want to, it's a great idea that after the video plays and we're done, if you want to put something in the chat afterwards so everybody can find each other, it's a great way for you all to connect. So make a comment and then go back and swing by and see who's there and check out each other's channels.
It makes it a lot of us easier for us to get on, sub, support you. Yeah, definitely.
Right. And we're all here, and the majority of us are content creators. So for that fact, it's a great connection for us to all meet up. And some of us are in very similar areas. So that's a great thing, too.
I got to put an input here for my camera. See if I can do it quick.
So if you
screwing
want to
the whole
go cheap,
program up.
grab a 5100 for a low price. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a super. I mean, if you can get one for
Stop.
250, I think it's worth it. But I would definitely not spend more than that. There's just too many things lacking in a 5100 that I don't agree with. Just for the fact, the pure fact that you can't even have audio in there. So, but listen, if you're in a pinch, yeah, 250, you can find it. No, I mean that's for
I don't
250
know.
is fine.
I mean,
but don't spend more than that. So
look at me.
that's what we call him, Jay's channel, just Jay. So go to my description in the video, in this live video. I have Jeff's link to his channel here, and so you can just go right there and check that out. And
Am I on?
Subscribe.
Is that my?
Check
Am
it
I
out.
on?
That is it.
Look it.
That is it.
That's my
Oh,
5100, Keith. That's my
Thanks,
little.
Tom.
I didn't white balance or set it up, but that's my little side shot there. So I just wanted to show because
So
I have a
Tom-
5100 and I do use. Okay,
Tom
just
Buck-
ignore me. That's fine. That's cool.
Tom Buck is in here. Yeah, you can do your own little projects on your time, pal. So, you know, if you don't want to take the time to set your equipment up beforehand, okay, but just because I'm changing things and everything works doesn't mean that you
Oh
can.
my
Oh,
God.
now I'm going to
Oh.
decide to set my camera up. But
He gets feisty after 8 o'clock.
But anyways, thanks for coming in, Tom.
It's feisty.
And I watched the stream today, and it was great to see, you know, people be honest. We were talking about it earlier. What is that? What are you doing?
I'm mad.
What the heck are you doing?
I'm mad. I'm really upset with this program.
With what program?
I'm not really upset. I'm just kidding.
So Mikey's here, and Mike is he's saying this is going to sound weird, but Jeff has an intangible quality that. No, this is exactly why Jeff and I connected from day one, Mikey. You're absolutely right. Has an intangible quality that balances the content on your streams. I think Jeff is closer to the rest of us than John. John is on the vanguard. I am. Well, I'm going to take a compliment because I don't take them well, but that is that. I don't know if that's totally true, but thank you.
Basically, I
think that's a
love this
compliment,
comment,
but
and it is a compliment. I mean, I take it as a compliment.
I'm right behind you.
What I
guys.
like,
I'm right here.
What I like, what I like he's saying is, I'm an avatar for chat, in a way. And I think that's probably true. Like I try to maybe verbalize the questions, maybe humanize you.
Yeah. But Jeff's 10 months behind me. You know what I mean? Like, which gives me it gives both of us a total, you know, relatability to anyone who's starting live streaming in YouTube. And so I'm maybe a little ahead of the curve in some areas, but Jeff is not, you know, behind in some areas. There's things that he's verse in that I am not. So, but I agree with Mikey. He does set this intangible balance and quality, and this is why I was going to be a lone streamer. It was just going to be me, and that's all that was intended to be. If you look, it was me in the beginning, and then all of a sudden I met with Jeff, and we had this like connection about starting something, and it worked out this way. So
It was called the Lone Wolf Tech Channel before Coffee Talking Tech, and I said, well, if we're going to do this, we got to get a better name for your channel. So that's a great compliment, and I really appreciate it.
yeah, that's a
And
great
you
compliment.
should-
Thanks, Mikey. I
You should feel
appreciate that.
complimented. I think, and I think I know you're going to get to this, but I think the point is, my strengths is, although I know a lot about tech, I don't lean into it as much as John, because I love other things like editing and productivity software. I don't know, going to get into something else. Web design, you know, like I'm into other things. And it's not as techie, although I know a lot about it. And you have such a passion for it. It's just not, we don't need two people up here going, oh my God, the ZV. You know, I try to ask the questions like normal people. So maybe we're doing the right thing, because I think me being a little bit on the bridge between the chat and you is a good thing. And you know, again,
and then I think
just try
that
to humanize you a little
you're
bit.
really good at asking questions on the backside of an opposing opinion. So you bring up usually something that really brings something in that I might leave out. And then also it's you also, like Jeff from day one, even though he started like streaming shortly after me is he understood like right away about filling the gap like of anything. Like if I'm stuck with something or doing something, he just like he knew right off the bat. And it's like both of us fill the air and we never seem to have a lack of conversation going. Isn't that true?
That is true. And we just want to make sure that we don't, you know, we try not to step on each other, but we don't. I think we complement so well, and I think that's the biggest thing, and that's why this is so much fun. And you know what, Brian, that's a lovely thing. The everyman, I like that. I'm absolutely, I love the everyman thing. That's great, actually.
Yeah, that is great. Actually, you should stick with that.
That's a compliment and a half.
Yeah. And Cashew says,
I will.
I was going to compliment John on how well he looked. That took that compliment, but I realized that would set him back another compliment to do it. Yeah, that's like a double-edged sword. That was
It might, yeah, it might. It would be like handing a beer to an alcoholic who is like 40 days in. You might not want to do that. It's too much for him to handle.
That would be too much for me to handle. So, what do you think about this? Look at this.
Oh wow, that's well. These are the comments that John and I always get mushy about, but it's we do because it's true, because we both feel the same way when people do it for us, and then. I went to Mikey's stream, and I think it was after we had done ours on Tuesday, and I wanted to check stuff out because I know he felt he had he had a tough night, he thought, on his live, and I watched it, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. I mean, he had a great intro. I like his vibe, and I thought, you know what? This is good. Like, there's so much good going on here, and I don't remember exactly what I wrote, but if it really meant something to you, then that's all that matters to me. And I say just keep on doing your thing. You're gonna be really, really okay, for sure.
And I think, you know, if you know Jeff and me, we don't write things that we don't, you know, believe in. So that's for sure.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna check it out, Mikey, too. I just I can't fit everything sometimes into every day, but I definitely
no. That's another. There. I mean, in a way, that's nice. We try to both like play off. You know, we try to help everybody out in our way and reach out to things and. It's okay.
I just want to know, like, you notice how Kombucha said something about the ZV-1, and then all of a sudden, Dr. Elo is here. It's like someone mentions ZV-1, then ZV Elo shows up, and he's ready to go. And if you haven't checked Dr. Elo's channel out, which I think most of you guys here have, and I'm super psyched for him because I know kind of how it feels. I started my own merch about a month ago, and having coffee cups and having sweatshirts and etc. is like super exciting. And Dr. Elo has gone that route, and he's got his stuff.
Dived into it.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's awesome, and he's super excited, and he should be. So we're happy for you too.
Very happy for you. That's really, I mean, anytime you start getting into merch, it's just fun. It's just it's a certain milestone. When you did it, it was so much fun. And I'm just saying, you know,
Coffee Talk and Tech.
I love my CT. Yeah, I just love that mug. I mean, I don't have my own mug, and that's the next best thing I can do, but maybe Dr. Elo will have a mug, or if other people do. I'm a huge coffee drinker as well. I'm drinking it at like 10 o'clock at night. So let me know, because I collect them, and the technique of Jeff looking at the screen. Oh man, am I doing something wrong? You know, I moved my setup, and so my third monitor's a little goofed up, and so I guess I am kind of looking off a lot, aren't I? I hope that's not really off-putting, and I'm okay if you tell me it is. I'll try to look more at the camera. There we go.
It's about time you could be off-putting to somebody, at least.
I am. Well, come to my house. There's some roommate here. There's a roommate upstairs who might think I'm off-putting.
I'm a technician, and I saw your comment. John, it's just we both got the same point at the same time. I'm not creative, so Jeff's comment about the intro really helped me a lot. You both do. Yeah.
Oh, man.
First of all, thank you for saying that. It
was a nice job.
Incredible
On the intro.
And and see, and you're right, Mikey. And it's like you get it. Like, and we've talked about it where Jeff has this creativity more than I do, and that it's really a give and take between us. I mean, I can help him in some aspects, and he can help me, and that's where we both grow and learn together. And it's
you know
working.
That you're my Tom. You're my Tom.
I'm your Tom.
You're my Tom Buck. I go to you, John. Just like I'm your Heather. I know Notion, and I like to edit. I got to get the hack, but she wears it so much better than I do.
Yeah, well, I love the tech and I love talking about it. But like last night though, like you do the way you present things opens my eyes up about how I am as a person. And if I can grow as a person, it's only going to help me grow as a YouTuber too. So I appreciate you.
Oh,
I appreciate
sure.
that.
Well, what we've learned, all of us, every one of us has learned that this is so much beyond tech, and yet tech is so important.
Yes.
But getting the real truth on what the tech is that will really help us, as opposed to the hype, understanding how to use it, and then getting into the psychology of YouTube and the overhead of that chain of all those links in that chain of creativity. It's quite a process, and it's humbling. And so it is beyond tech, but yet we need tech. So it's a huge give and take on that level. So
Yeah.
I appreciate having that balance, and I appreciate that you find balance with me here.
Yeah, absolutely. I do. And then I feel also that
Good.
I know he says now it feels weird that you look in the lens.
Now I'm
look
gonna just
deep
do this like
into
this.
my eyes. But
I'm gonna make Keith really uncomfortable right now.
yeah, yikes. But the great thing is I think that you teach me to like celebrate things, and like even Dr. Elo, like sometimes we got to drop some confetti and celebrate the fact like we got merch out. Celebrate, man. Like, right? Let's do it.
I mean,
celebrate. And
that's the thing. Like, I think it was last week or whatever when you hit 50,000 views or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, that's a great accomplishment. And you went, what was your answer? Your answer was, it's not that big of a deal. That's literally what you said to me. A guy who's got like maybe 1,500 views, and you're like, it's not a big deal. I'm like, all these milestones are a big deal. And we can't start stepping over these milestones and not enjoying that journey.
I'm glad you just said that because, here's the thing. People misunderstand me. Like, I say it because I don't want to sound like anything about a brag. You know what I mean? And then it probably comes off like cocky, right? Does it come off like stupid? No, I'm serious. It probably does.
Wait, what? What you say? What?
Me saying like, oh, I only have 50,000, and to me, it is nothing, right? But I guess to people who are just starting,
no.
But does it come off cocky? Is what I'm saying because I don't want that.
Is 50,000? Did 50,000 really feel like nothing to you? Really?
No, it was a lot to me. It meant a lot to me.
Okay, I want to flesh that out. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm on board with that. What would be cocky if you went, yeah, man, of course, 50,000, that's not big. What you should have said, of course, or what we thought was you should have said was, I really appreciate that. I'm really happy to reach that milestone. It's a big deal. I'm proud of it. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to mention to me it was an achievement, but I just didn't want to.
I know, but you went. It's not a big deal. Well, I think you're not comfortable. I understand that. You're not comfortable. I get it. A lot of people are uncomfortable feeling like they're going to look like a knob.
I'm small, and I'm just happy about where it took.
I'm small about you, bro.
But blind guy, his wife, and their life, which is awesome. There's something about confetti so appealing. Yeah, so we use that every now and then, and it's kind of like really just fun to just applaud somebody, right? Just like give some thanks. And say, you did this, you did that. So, which I love.
Yeah,
I forgot which movie character said, but it applies. No brag, just fact.
Yeah,
I guess
that's true.
What's 50,000 views?
Fact.
You just reached. I just reached 1,000. Well,
see, there you go.
I don't know. I'm trying to
again,
grow.
The milestones are relevant. If Tom Bucks is still in here, I don't think he's worrying about his 50,000 views. But he understands because probably when he hit 50,000 views at some point, he went, "Wow, yeah, I didn't." When I was at 330 views, I didn't know what 50,000 would feel like. Hey, these are all
accepting
pebbles on our
compliments.
journey. And
semester 2.
Semester 2. Yes.
Yep.
This
is so true.
It's so true.
Yeah. That is so true. So progress is progress. Celebrate the milestones. And so I don't know, Heather. Like we talked about this, and you probably don't know this, but I have a difficult time. In life in general, and in some of my journeys, I have a difficult time enjoying the journey. So what I've been trying to do more and more lately is enjoy the journey because I need this to feel. I can't go through this YouTube thing. And we talked about this week, without making connections with people that are important and having some in-depth conversations about stuff, because it means nothing to me then. I can't be that person.
What is the point? If unless you're making a dirt load or a truckload of money, I mean, if you are enjoying this journey, I don't know why you're doing it. And I mean, I'm not trying to be crude. I just think that and I'm not saying every moment of pain should be like, oh, I'm so glad today I'm frustrated I can't because my camera won't work. I'm just saying, we have to at least pretend that we have to at least put some effort into the destination being the journey, or we're going to get ourselves into trouble.
I don't celebrate it, and I don't enjoy it enough. That's
you
what
know
I'm
it.
saying.
You're aware of it.
I am aware of it.
And you're.
But I want
that's
it
part of
because enjoying something is happiness, and I need to bring more of that instead of like saying,
Yes.
oh, I have to jump this hurdle next week, or I need to do this. It's just like, I don't know, like that's not going to work, and I need to find something that works, and I'm trying to find that way. And Tom is saying, I remember her being blown away by 3,000 views, and I am blown away by that. So I really appreciate every single view, and I do. I'm not ever thinking that I don't appreciate any of them. I just need to say, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. Keep on improving, and don't be hard on yourself, and congratulate yourself, and just enjoy where it's going. Like, and I said this the other day. I'm like, I do want to get monetized. It's part of my goal, right? And it's like, now I see the hours, being that they're going to get there. And then I worry about if everything comes together. I can't worry about that. I just got to keep going.
Where did you find you were most successful, when you were worried about things, or are you just doing? Of course.
Well, I don't know yet, because guys, I'm being totally honest with you. Like, I have not pushed myself enough in life to succeed at things that I really have loved, right? Even when I was a competitive powerlifter, I could have been much better than I was, but I didn't persevere, and I put years in, but I didn't take it to the next level. And it's just like, I should have, and people saw the
but then my next question is going to be, maybe it's because it wasn't your passion, really. I mean, maybe you liked it a lot, but if it was really, really, truly your passion, maybe that's what you would have done. So maybe it's not about that you just didn't finish things. Maybe you didn't find your true passion. I think you are somebody, as much as you're the people thing. The truth of it is, you love helping people. You love tech. You've found, I think, something you are truly passionate about. So I really feel like you're going to finish a lot of milestones. But you can only do that when you find something you truly can put up with all the things that are hard to deal with, right? I don't know. I'm not speaking for you. I'm just thinking maybe.
No, but that's me, right? That's me getting, I am trying to get where you just said. And
Sure,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And
Sure.
See, the thing is, and this is the truth. This is a huge truth. Meeting the people that I've been meeting, it lets me connect more, and my soul is coming back. That's what it comes down to. So you crossed the finish,
and even I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's saying you crossed the finish line the day you gave yourself permission to do YouTube, and I did.
I use the analogy of. We talk about it, and most people here know. So I always talk. Okay, I ran into some anxiety and depression years ago, and so I started running. And I always used the thing. What helped me while I was a terrible runner, I was afraid to run, but I realized after a while the win was just putting my shoes on. And if I just let go of any expectations of how far I run, because I used to, if I didn't run a certain distance, I'd be like, what a failure, and I'd sweat it out the whole time, like, oh my God, you're gonna fail. And then I ruined the whole thing of the journey of the run. And now it's like, well, once the shoes are on, everything's cherry. And it really has made me enjoy.
Obviously, it makes sense what she said. Everybody's saying, pretty much, yeah, you're right. And so now it's just that I didn't know where this journey was going to take me at all. And so I was a little confused about when it got serious, because when I started, the first 4 months weren't serious. And now it's like I'm taking it to a different level. And so I'm adjusting everything. And along the way, like, I just want to make sure that I meet people that I connect with, because that's super important with me It's super important. I truly am a people person, but I am not your average person, and I just don't connect with people on a lot of levels. And so having people that I can relate to, which is big for me. So I just want to say really quick,
it's been fun watching
Junior's Skylot. Thanks for stopping in and watch my stream. This is the first time that he's come in.
Is it Cyclo or Cyclot? I don't know if the T is silent, like the A in my name now.
Yeah, so I just found him. We found each other this past week, I believe, on a common stream that I think it was Giga Art, actually. And so thanks for stopping in and just saying hi. I really appreciate that. So
okay, that makes sense. Well, it's very nice to meet you. And Heather's checking out. So much, Heather, for dropping in.
Heather, I just want to say before you go, thank you for coming in here and dropping some support. These types of things are really a big deal, especially to a person like me, because I have a deep sense of really connecting with some people. And that's why, like, when I said, are you, Tom, is Doc Rock, like, who's going to this thing? Because if there are people that I connect with to make myself grow mentally and in YouTube, that's who I want to be around. It's just, I don't want to shake hands with anybody else. I just want the people I connect with. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Let me go back here and see if I missed anything. I just want to see here, Dr. Elo saying, sometimes it's hard to auto-recognize success. It's imperative to celebrate your wins and let others you're dead on.
It's an energy.
Man. You're dead on. And these guys recognize this, and they're telling me, John, you're killing the energy before it takes you in. It's like you're killing
not just
that
killing
energy,
it, but you're turning
you're
it
hard on yourself.
Right. That's right. So you're taking the positive energy, and unfortunately, you turn it into a negative energy in this little how you're interpreting or taking it in, and that's unfair to you. And it's kind of like you're not being kind to yourself.
No.
And you don't think you're worthy. And we had that discussion as it gets deep. But it's true, and we all kind of have some of that in us, and so it's okay to talk about it, right? So I like
Brian's
that we talk
one
about
that
it.
told me. Brian told me too. He's like, John, dude, like, what are you being hard headed? And I think you can relate though, Brian. But it's hard when it's you. You know what I mean? It's hard when it's you.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm trying to be that better person for that. And I just want to say thank you for
You
Roxanne.
are.
She says, guys, it's 5:20 a.m. in Paris. That's awesome. You're in Paris. And I'm still up listening to you, interacting with the community. I love that. That alone, being up at 5:20 a.m.
And now, just think about it. We've got a Midwest group. We're going to get together. We've got an East Coast. We could all go to Paris someday. We're going to all get on a plane together. This won't destroy our relationships. We're all going to get on a plane together, trip over to Paris, hang out.
That would be amazing. I've always wanted to go to Paris, actually.
Paris is beautiful. I have been there. Is it Roxanne?
I think it is.
Roxanne?
Let us know.
I don't want to mispronounce it.
Probably have to hyphenate that. Brian Paul, indeed, every milestone is awesome. John, congratulations, and you are an inspiration. Ugh.
He is an inspiration.
See, I can't.
You are. Stop it.
See that right there? That's the stuff that kills me. It does. Like,
I can see you start to squirm.
Yeah, I do. Is that weird? That's what's weird.
No, it's common. It's actually common. It's not weird.
Okay, good. Because it's just hard to, like, I super appreciate
Here's the thing.
that. I think that's going to get, like, when you say that, I'm not even kidding you. It's like, it fills my heart with joy, but it's just not like something I'm totally comfortable with.
Every time we compliment John, an angel gets its wings.
I've learned that the hard way. When you do what you love, you level up. When you forget that, you start to stagger. When you forget that, stay in the spirit of the reason you started. Yeah, you're right.
It's hard to stay present and balanced in the original intent of what you were doing. Yeah. And he's right. As you level up, there's going to be more and more distractions and things to take you away from that. And that's why people have to step away. I really like people talking about YouTube, so bigger YouTube people talking about, hey, man, I need to step away. This idea that if you step away, your channel's going to die, it's proven not to be the case.
No.
But it will actually help your channel to step away, take a breath, reassess,
get some energy back in you, get some spirit back in you.
Listen,
and what Keith was saying, get back into what their purpose was.
I'm sorry, because sometimes
No,
exactly what you're saying, right? What have you noticed lately? A guy like Peter McKinnon, these huge YouTubers coming on lately and saying they're burnt out. They're admitting it, and they're saying that I needed to recharge. I needed to regroup. I needed to realize that my YouTube channel wasn't going to die if I didn't show up. And I think they're learning. See, this is what's crazy, right? We're tiny and we're learning our balance. And then you got a guy like Peter McKinnon with 5.5 million subscribers saying the same thing. So I just want to say this.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Everyone
No,
here
you're
is
right.
an
Go for it.
inspiration. When you feel a bit disappointed that I am not growing as fast, I want to find a inspiration in the community like the one we are here. Thank you all. So I love that, Mommy, and I love her passion. And it just goes to show with whatever tools you have, you can make it happen. And then behind you, to being that good person with those values is why people show up, and that's why we show up for you. That's why we're here for everybody, and that's why we care about each other. And so I love it too so much. Heather saying, dude John. So that's the first time anyone's called me dude on the stream, guys. So I love that.
Oh, I think I've called you dude.
Have you? No, I'm just kidding. You bring so much to the table. When you jumped on my stream that one time, it was such a big help. Goes both ways, man. We've got each other's backs. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I love the kind words, and it's awesome.
true.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, dude. I'm just kidding. But thanks. I love it.
What is
I was waiting for
happening?
somebody to laugh. No one even laughs. That's just
I
like-
laughed because it's funny, but it's like, what are you?
I tell you what,
are you
man.
saying?
Like this stream is one of the big, like the last stream with you, Jeff, and then the last hour. I feel like if people missed it, they're not understanding like what we're talking about today. So like, go check out Jeff's stream on Tuesday, J.A. Smith, and I'll put your streams up. It's in a second, but it's like you got to catch it because this is why I'm here talking about this today, and it's like. I think we're all there. Like I noticed a lot of people talking lately that they're burnt out. YouTube is hard. We don't talk about the hard points. We don't talk about the support for each other. It's very cutthroat. People don't want to accept you. There's a lot going on, guys. And for to have people here where we're here to support each other and we're doing a pretty darn good job at it, I love that. And you got to find those people for yourself.
Do you follow Matt Davella?
Yes.
Do you follow Matt Davella?
I do.
Did you see where he basically said, I'm about ready to walk away? And the reason he was so worried to walk away for a minute that his channel, I mean, that's terrifying to think that he was worried about walking away and losing everything if he didn't put a video up every week. And what I like is that he came to the same conclusion. I needed him to, because if he didn't, I was probably going to start to feel the earth shake a little bit beneath my feet from what I thought I saw. And that was, it's not only not, you should not be terrified to walk away, you should actually do it every so often. And as we said, reassess, get centered again and get back to, some of what organically brought you to the table here. But I don't know. I was just throwing that name out there because if you get a chance to check that out, it was a very interesting video.
Yeah.
I'm sure others have done it too, but
he's a guy that's just a million subscribers and very relatable in a lot of ways. And so like sometimes seeing different perspectives in that way, it makes you question, like how can a guy walk away, because the potential that he could do with that is incredible. But people get burnt out, and just taking that time off and coming back with a fresh aspect, a fresh look, a fresh you, it can make all the time in the world for you. So, and Mommy Guide is doing great.
Go ahead.
Mommy Guide's doing great. She's
is.
doing great. It took me 3 years to get my channel to 100 subscribers 4 years ago. You're at 400 sometimes, so that means you're doing great. I mean, she's growing, and the thing is, like, I didn't say this to her, but I noticed her last couple streams, especially her last one, she's really picking up people and she's connecting. And what it is that it's just that we're bringing a certain amount of with people together, and we're all supporting each other, and it's really going great, and it's really helping us to learn each other's, and to relate to each other and grow together. And it's definitely, it's working. I think it's working.
Absolutely is working.
The success in content creation starts to distance the creator from the community to the point there's no need to recalibrate and pause.
There's a need.
Oh, there is a need to recalibrate and pause creation to reconnect. Yeah, I agree, because here, right, you get wrapped up into, I need to get these videos out. I need to get this next one out. I need to get the views. And it's kind of like what Tom was talking about a little bit today. And I kind of like the way that Heather and some other people were saying is you don't need X amount of views to expand your people, right? But it does help with paying the bills. But the thing is, it's a balance between that. It could, if people can relate to you and they really become, a close knit thing, and it keeps on growing organically to a point where people think this guy doesn't sell his soul. Like I never feel like when I watch Gerald Undone that he sold his soul to somebody. You know what I mean? And it's like,
I don't think he cares enough to sell it. I think he's pretty confident. I don't need it.
Yeah, he just is like, I'm gonna roll with this.
Do my thing. Like, take it or like it. Take it or leave it.
That's it. And so,
by the way,
I love
the word. I think the perfect word there was recalibrate. And I think that was a word I was trying to find. I think recalibrate's a great word. So I'll keep that in the bank.
Yeah. It's true, though, because a creative mind can't be like, it has to get back to connecting and being creative. If you separate that, that's everything that got you to that point. And so what Keith is saying makes total sense.
It's every story of every musician who went from the joy of riding in their car, selling their CD, writing their music, and just being that person to flash forward when they've got their Grammys and they are disconnected from everybody and they have no joy in the music record. It's the same old minor chord, black and white movie story, unfortunately, where all that stuff, if you're not careful, the distance that becomes a chasm pretty quick between your intent and what you've achieved. That's for sure.
And just to make it known, I mean, pretty much Brian was the guy who turned me on to his channel. So, and that's why I subscribe to Matt and follow him. And I'm glad that he
Matt's
showed
great,
us because he's one of the guys that I always watch. Like today, he had a video come out about getting rid of $117,000 worth of debt in like 2 or 3 years, I think. So.
Oh, that's nice. I
would like to do that too.
That might be a little nugget I need to know about.
So, Mommy Guide is saying, I will never forget how all of you, especially John J., Sammy, Brian, how you all supported me from the start. Even when I am live and having tech issue, I do an SOS and you guys come to help. I mean, heck yeah.
It's
why
like the
wouldn't
Batman sign.
Yeah,
of course, anytime.
That's it. I mean, listen, we all try to do our best to help each other, and it's not always possible, but yeah, we do, because I want you to succeed, Lala. I want Jeff to succeed. I want Brian to succeed. We all want to get there, and to be honest with you, it's just a blessing to have people that want you to get there too, because it's just, I keep on saying this word,
today's
relatability.
Yeah, it's a great word. And being in sync with values in today's world. It's kind of like a movie, In Today's World. But really, in today's world, as adults, as specifically as creators, to find ways to connect with people is not easy. So much less than take it to this level where I think a lot of people unfortunately come in and their immediate reflex is to make everything competition, which of course I think is not going to bode well for people. Spiritually and creatively, I don't think that works. And so, but I think it's a natural reflex. But so for us to all to find this, I'm grateful for it. And we continue to find more and more people. And you realize, wow, there are some great, amazing humans out there. And that's part of creativity too, because you want to create for yourself, but you want to create for people that you feel you trust to appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to know they're out there, I think that's important, right?
I want to get to it's like Roxanne.
Like Roxanne. I think
I think she means Roxanne, like Roxanne.
It might be Roxanne or Roxanne. Thank you for asking, and we'll get it straight. We'll get it straight.
Yeah, we don't want to make someone's name wrong. That's
no, just Jeff's. Nighty night, gentlemen. You remind me. Oh, let me see this. What's she saying here? You remind me the radio shows I used to listen to when I was a teen before going to bed. You have really created a special world.
Well, isn't that lovely?
It's beyond lovely.
And you know, it's funny.
See, this is the stuff that's like, this inspires me.
Oh, you guys don't know this, but when we're done, we always have a meetup afterward to discuss things. And usually what happens is we start reading these back again. We start crying to each other.
I was going to say, I might be in tears today because the inspiration.
We literally, I'm like, you got you got onions too? You know.
Jeff froze.
I get it. That makes sense.
There you are.
Yeah, very French, of course. I took French for 3 years, so I just failed that class miserably. When I grew up, I don't know about you. When I grew up, I would always hear my parents. They had those kind of shows on, and I remember, of course, the Tonight Show would always be on. And I remember Johnny Carson was like the master of having an actual calm conversation with fun, and it was always good spirit. And I think for me, that's kind of how it's so weird to say that in terms of this, but that's how I tried to take this with you, because I think it's more fun to have it along those lines as opposed to just, I don't know, just going down one single lane. But thank you.
But
that's a great.
It's a great
visual.
compliment. It's tonight we've gotten so many compliments and so much that's meant a lot to us.
It is.
And when
I shed you, it's just going to get better.
That's not nice.
Wait for it. Yeah, he was either going to laugh or he was going to do the deadpan. That's not nice.
That's not nice.
I don't appreciate that.
So that's Matt Davella, right? Davella.
Yes,
Davella. So
I really, he's such a minimalist, and has anybody else become a minimalist as they've gotten older? I'm not to that level.
No.
That's true. Yeah, your garage is probably not minimalist. I am. I'm just getting to the point where, not like Matt is, and that's the extreme, but I've just found I can't stand clutter and all that stuff. And I do find that gets in the way of me and the creative stuff. Like if anything that distracts, dishes, anything that I see.
My wife is huge like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I knew she was a smart woman.
It's great because the both of us kind of feel that way, but she pushes the issue to make sure that we don't get that way. But what's awesome is, like even when we move, I just made sure like, hey, there's our great chance to even declutter more, And so right now, my huge thing that drives me insane is my garage. My garage is full of stuff that we haven't placed in the proper places yet. But when that garage gets done and we could set up the little gym in there, and because
we're going to do the gym. Were you doing squats in the gym? I'm going to do squats in the garage.
Deadlifts. My wife she was nationally ranked deadlifter. So, but I
know. I bet you got garage squats.
Garage squats, and we'll do it on video, right? Why not? But
please do it with the camera using the Ninja, and we're going to do garage squats here.
But I just want to get this garage done. It's a 2-car garage, and I want to use the one side for the gym, and then I want to use the other side for her during the winter, so she doesn't have to clear off her car before she goes to work or something like that. So it will happen, but it's just got to get done. It's got to get
That was the best thing about the attached garage in these climates. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I always thought, so he's saying it's a mini Johnny Carson. I think it's more of a Dick Cavett show.
I'll tell you what.
That's just an old man joke. It's an old man joke.
I just want to be J and J. If anything.
His whole, I think it's great. Yeah.
I just want to be J and J.
Yeah.
You're freezing up a little bit, Jeff.
We'll be Jay, John,
if you can hear me, you're freezing up a bit. The last couple minutes.
I saw it. I don't know what's going on.
So she's saying, cashew. It always gets worse when I try to explain the pronunciation. Jeff got it right though. Okay, so it's Roxanne. It should be Roxanne.
What's going on? I don't know what's happening here.
They're saying it's right though.
Ruzanne. I think it was Ruzanne.
You said Jeff got it right.
Yeah, like Ruzanne. Am I still not here? Am I still here? Not
no,
here?
You're here. You're here. We're almost close to wrapping it up a little bit anyways. If there's anybody here that hasn't come into the stream and they're watching, we do this little talk, and then you could drop in here and you can ask a question about tech or about streaming anytime. So don't feel if we're not talking about it at that time that you can't bring it up. You can. And that's the whole purpose of this stream, is a Q&A to just drop in anything and ask. So please do. Or if you're new here and you haven't come in and said hi, please come in and say hi. Let us know where you're from, and tell us how you found us. So we love that. So yeah, Sammy, we had Choppy Elo, and now we got Choppy JA.
Yeah. My internet went completely, if I'm up around, it's basically dead. So.
Is it right now?
Yeah, my download is literally my internet speed saying 8 download right now.
Well,
so it's at 450.
Thank God you're not downloading.
I don't get it. I have no idea. I'm hardlined and everything, so I have no idea. There's something obviously going on in the world.
Well, you're still okay. You're still okay. So.
Well, if it pukes out, I apologize. And you got John, guys. You know.
There he is, Choppy Elo. See, he knows what it's about. It's happened. It happens to all of us. But let's get to Mikey says, I love reviewing my finished work. I look it over and over. It took me 2 days to watch my first stream, despite leaving here. Tuesday in a great mood. I was curled up in a ball all day Wednesday. I would say, here's the thing, man. You have we talk about, everybody has their hurdles. I'm working through my pain points right in front of you guys, talking about this, but you're here, you're doing it, and no one's going to be perfect. Like, just go back to my first video. I do a video comparing mics, a lapel mic. It's hard to watch. And that's not, that's like what I feel about a lot of my videos. But the thing is, it's not just how your video is, it's the things you're getting and putting across. Don't lose track of those things, because I did. And sometimes it's just the information that is like, it hits so solidly home that you have no idea. And if people aren't getting this information, then you have to ask yourself, why am I depriving them of it? That's how you, like, literally, you have something to tell somebody, and it's important that you do it. So I hope that you can come back here and feel like anytime that you can ask for our support and feedback or anything, Mikey, and because you're gonna do just fine, man. You're gonna do just fine, right, Jeff?
At what point do we start laughing at our older videos? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we move. I think that'd be the healthy way to do it. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we sort of look back and kind of lament and kind of cringe. At some point, it's like looking at our old clothes in high school going, oh, look at us. Aren't we just dapper? Or bell-bottom, or whatever. At what point can we laugh?
Like, I get it, though. We're putting ourselves on a platform and to be looked at in a certain way. And yeah, and to be honest with you, what's crazy is I have no problem like showing my coworkers and talking about what I'm doing and everything, because there's some things that I get hung up on, but it's not that. Like, there's no one else doing it. Like, I don't have any friends that are doing it. I know I'm the guy. Trust me, I know how hard it is. So there's no one out there going, oh, your stuff is garbage. This looks horrible. And so they're like, hey, I hope you do good. I hope you keep going. And so they're saying the things that, because they don't even have a clue how to get started. So
I think there is a line, and everybody's different to get to it, where at some point where we're dealing and becoming more aware of these voices in our heads and what we're fighting against, at some point, whether we're going to go one of two ways, unfortunately. One is we're going to walk away from what we consider pain, or we're going to cross the threshold of saying, I'm finally very aware of what is happening here and what's causing the pain, and the fact that I'm probably most of it, and that I'm the hardest on myself, or I'm not rewarding myself by allowing people to say something nice to me and accept that positive energy. And so at some point we will cross that line, and then it's like becoming an adult where we're like, we're over it. And not that we're not going to like deal with negativity sometimes, because that's humans, but we have the tools, or we're just beyond going, that's going to push me out of this game, or, you know what I mean? We can deal with it. But there is a very vulnerable stage at the beginning where we are still coming to terms with this type of information, I think.
But he's saying the second thing was, I don't have to do a daily stream starting it. No, not at all.
No.
I mean, but a weekly stream could be okay. I think a weekly stream is a home run. Start with the weekly stream, because here's the thing. We're doing my stream on Thursdays, then we go to Jeff's on Tuesdays. If it was just me here, I would be here by myself on Thursdays doing just a weekly stream with a possibility of one or two smaller ones during the week. And so start out with the one stream. Get whatever your gist is. If it's like you're going to spend a half an hour each week or an hour, and then if you want, then throw something else, a smaller stream in, a thought of the day stream or something like that, where you can just pick one little topic to accentuate on, right? Because look at all the things we brought up. Like, just one thing could be kind to you. Be kind to yourself. Let yourself go. Take the chance. Like, all these little things that could just be a 2, 3, 4, 10-minute thing, and it can open up a world for some people. So don't overthink it.
Yeah, one day one of the topics you'll be comfortable talking about is how bad I felt about my first stream and what you learned from it.
So let me just check here. He's laughing because of choppy Elo, and Cashy was saying you shouldn't be giving your high school clothes away. No, because they're going to be worth money.
No,
soon.
she's saying you should have given your high school clothes away by now. That way you won't be reminded of them
when you decide you can fit in them again. I finished the sentence.
My internet is garbage. I don't know what's going on all of a sudden. Like, I apologize, everybody.
He says, no way. I am great application of this great community. If you watch my first few live streams and rather than my recent, the difference is like north and absolutely. And that's what you want to just keep on seeing. You just keep on moving along. And then what's really crazy, Mr. Doma's stopping in here really quick, and he's saying, I also wanted to have one of these microphones. So this microphone that he's talking about is the one that I started this stream with, which is the BM-800 right here. And so I talked about this mic, and it's literally just a $18 mic. You can get a whole boom arm kit and everything for like $28 at times. So this is a good buy, and a lot of people do buy it, Mr. Doma. So if you do buy it, this is what it sounds like on my voice, and I think it would be a good choice if you choose to. So thanks for stopping in and checking my stream out too.
Hey.
Hi, you're back.
Wait, I got a story for you. So something you shouldn't do is try to run while you're trying to stream.
Try to run what? Because you just got cut off again.
I know, because I'm trying to kill it. I've got 15 gigs of Google backup trying to interfere with my show.
Oh, yeah. So that's not a good time to do that.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so I just did that so you guys could learn.
Not what to do?
Yeah. I don't know. What a mess. That was, that was something. Anyway.
I don't know if I missed something I wanted to see, but I don't see it now. So is this the same mic you used in Beirut? So, yes, this is that same mic. And that's the reason why I wanted to come in here and just drop this, because I know a few people were like, hey, that mic sounds pretty darn good. What are you using? And I'm like, in this room with an 11-year-old laptop, this mic plugged into the cheapest audio interface you can buy on Amazon. So, yeah, this is it. And the reason why I bought this mic is because when I bought my audio interface that at the time was like $170, it still goes for it. The Mo 2, Jeff, is sold out always, right? And
I'm trying to buy it. I'm on a Sweetwater waiting list.
And so I've had it since last year. I got lucky again, and so I bought it.
Oh boy!
And it's it's this mic, so I think it sounds pretty good for what it is. Yeah. So is that the Rodecaster? Try and run the Rodecaster Pro. What do you mean? Try and run the Rodecaster Pro. With this mic, I've used it on this and I like it on here. Do you? Oh, okay. I see. Do you miss your Rodecaster? So no, I don't miss the Rodecaster. I only miss like maybe a little bit of the ability to hit the sliders, but the room that it takes up, and I don't use the things that are on there that makes that thing so worthy. But I don't miss it because the Wave XLR is doing the job. Excuse me. And then we are going to use some type of I hit the sneeze button just in time.
But the show is going right in the garbage right now. I can't get a connection. You're all over.
Well, that's all right. Listen, we're almost done anyway. But the Wave XLR is doing everything we need, and it's going to get better with a couple things that we get to make it look a little better. No, I'm not still on vacation. I'm home. I've been back to work. I've been back to work all week.
That's hilarious.
So he says, yeah, that mic did sound great. I mean, listen, for what it is, I think it sounded great. And that's the thing. Like Mr. Doma came in here and he was like, I was going to get this mic. So many people around the world, buy this mic because it's cheap. It sounds decent for what it is. So if you go, and the thing is, a lot of people end up buying it with just a power supply to give it phantom power, which is cheap, like $20. And then at that case, I did a video on that. The problem is that you definitely get a lot of hissing from the mic. And if you use OBS though, I did a video on that where you just add the noise reduction and you can actually get away with it. It sounds much better. And that video does good because I think people are using that information all around the world. And so they could go $20 for a power supply for phantom power, hook up this mic for 18, and then they have a setup that sounds way better than pretty much any USB mic in that price range. So the next time you're in the city, message me. I might be able to come to BH. Yeah, I will. I mean, it's kind of like a lot of times last second, but there is that thought in process that I want to go look at that ZV-E10, but I think you ordered it, Sammy. So I was just going to go in and just feel it and touch it because I know it's all plastic and I don't think I will get it. I think I probably would choose a 6400 over it, but I don't know yet.
And I think if I'm still around, because I have no idea, but am I still on?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay, I'm just.
Don't you see me?
I see you, but I have no idea. Like my stuff has been freezing up, and I want to add another thing. That thank you to Google Backup, which I'm going to destroy as soon as I'm done with the show on this laptop because I don't need it anymore because I'm dropping it anyway. But I accidentally opened that app up today on accident. But okay, my fault. But what happened was, on top of everything else, it heated up my laptop because in all this movement, I took out that, the thing we have, the angle, and it was heating up. So, I have a whole lot of problems going on here. So I just want to let you guys know how professional I am. Bueller.
Is this thing on?
Bueller. Is this thing on? And I totally forgot what we were talking about. What we were talking about being, the 6400. I mean, I still think I think we're going to see some dips by Black Friday on the 6400 and the V1. So it's going to get really interesting. It will be really interesting because here's what may happen.
I do
You
too.
may end up with a 6400. I may end up with a V1.
I'm not against getting one because
I'm not saying that.
If I do get it, it's going to be my main cam because it will never leave this spot.
Right.
And then here comes the problem. Then I need to get a Sigma 16 for that.
Oh, you'll find a guy in the area that's got it for $150.
Not 150, but
well, he's got a Stream Deck for $30. So you're gonna make out like a bandit.
I don't know if I'll make out.
His name is Wajia Zing Mako Mugu Bugu from China.
Yeah, well, listen, because Jeff, he's multitasking.
I wasn't trying to run it back. I wasn't trying to run it back up.
I was setting more buttons today, and I accidentally must have executed okay. I was trying to type in something else, and I remember seeing backup come up, but I must have hit enter on the search and fired it up in the background and didn't remember.
I love
and so I didn't know it was on. All of a sudden I looked down, I'm like, holy smokes, I've got like 4 gigs updating because I never use that app on here anymore.
I love how he's saying, he says, I'm not trying to sound like John. I love it.
He kind of does sound like John. I can kind of hear you in your voice. Why are you trying to do it like John? So why are you trying to run a backup in the middle of your live stream?
In the middle of a
live
live
stream. Why would you do that?
Hey guys,
nobody listens to me.
If anybody's out there and they're just watching our stream, check out J.A. Smith, his channel, and I'm Coffee Talking Tech, and it would do us great some help if you just subscribed, hit the bell. We live stream once a week on each other's channel, and then we do videos. And we also love anyone that's coming in to ask any types of questions on our live streams to help out. So we appreciate that. The Blue Yeti is the best mic is here, and thank you for stopping into our live stream.
That made my day right there. I love this. This is an old friend right here.
I have no idea who this could be.
This is a long game. Somebody is conning us.
I love this.
This is Ocean's 11 stuff right here. I have no idea anymore who this might be. I guessed wrong like a ton of times.
This is the type of thing that just makes live streaming so much fun. I just want to say. But anyways,
we haven't figured it out yet.
This guy.
What's
here,
great? Go for it.
He by the different name. He was in our stream on Tuesday, and I just want to thank him and say that his words meant a lot to us. Also, so I appreciate that. Let me see what Mikey's saying. My brother is still trying to figure out how to update to Windows 10.
Well, how to figure out? They make you do it every 3 minutes. So that's a frustrating moment. It's so. 2 seconds before live. Hey, Windows is going to force a update. Fantastic.
It's coming soon. So because now the 11's out.
Oh, that whole new.
Yeah.
We got a whole new thing coming on us. Windows
got some stuff we have to worry about that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like the $18 mic. The Blue Yeti is the best mic.
Oh, the heat is on.
Right.
The heat is on.
Right.
You know, I like that the Blue Yeti is the best mic person. Is so passionate about it.
Yeah. And on top of that, it's a great name because this is a person that could potentially get 1,000 subscribers in one weekend.
In one weekend, yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
I'm 16 away from 100.
Make 10 videos in that weekend about the Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
And then your name is the Blue Yeti is the best mic. And you will be monetized in 2 weeks.
It would be half of those videos have to be pro Blue Yeti, and then half would be anti Blue Yeti. Same thing, just run it backwards. And then, run the videos backwards and then put it out there, as John said. You're going to have a ton of subs in no time.
Right. A ton of subs from this. Is Nightbot a vMix specific thing? No, it's actually Nightbot. If you go look it up, you can add it to your YouTube channel. And I think it's so handy. It's actually, Tom mentioned it to me, but before I did see it, but I never utilized it. And the reason he brought it up to me is because the whole ongoing of streams being rated, and he was like, use it for that. So I ended up using something else for that a little bit. And then I used, I filled up all my community words in there to block anything if a stream got attacked. And it's only members only here too. And I kept the Nightbot because the thing that I love the most is it throws up whatever you want it to for links. And I think that's really useful. So my Buy Me a Coffee will show up, or my merch. And then hopefully people go in there and they can look at the things that I have. I mean, my new logo looks so great, and I love the coffee cups and the t-shirts. And I am very impressed. And I had a personal friend make them. Why are you laughing? And I think it looks,
because
I'm not reading something?
Because you're so humble about like the compliments, and you're like, but my new logo is so great.
I didn't make it. I did not make it.
I know. But it's just so funny to me. It is true. That is not something.
I'm glad he froze because he's about had enough of him.
I froze again.
I just said I had about enough of you. I'm glad you froze.
I know.
But isn't it strange you never see Brian Paul and the Blue Yeti is the best mic in the same stream? Oh, you're close, Mikey, but
it's not quite.
But
it's suspicious. I understand. Yeah.
And then the $20 mic sounds better than the Blue. What? We went up $2. The mic's $18, man. Come on. It might be 20. I didn't check it.
He rounded up for charity.
He rounded it up with tax and Jersey tax.
Yeah, it's Jersey tax.
You don't know who you're fighting with, Sammy. This guy knows the Blue Yeti.
Yeah, this guy's inside out on the Blue Yeti.
Sammy's getting passionate too.
He's like, getting all like, I'm fighting back. I'm fighting back. That's cute.
Yeah. So I love the link aspect. Yeah. And that's why I love it too, because it's another thing that you don't have to think about. You actually go in there, you drop the link in, and then you put the link to come in whatever time you want, every 40 minutes, every 30 minutes. And then it's just another thing that you don't have to worry about in your stream. And that'd be great for you because you can add like specific links to your stream and say you have like specific dresses or things that you're showing and you want to just post the links to them. Then Kim, you could just throw them right in your stream too. So that would be totally useful. At least he froze in style the last time. Yeah, well, you know, he doesn't know what style is.
Did it have a good look?
Because he doesn't use Instagram, so
that's true. I'm an ugly social presence.
So I don't even know why we're still here. We usually leave by now, but we got a few funny comments coming in, so we just enjoy it.
Poking at people and having a good time on the way out the door. This is definitely not an Irish exit, but that's okay.
No way. Is that where he's from? Did he say he was from California? I have to see. Yeah, Kim, right? Isn't that awesome?
Now I don't know. Now I'm confused.
You can use it. Yeah, you can make them specific for that stream where you have a few things drop in there, or you can just make them for like your merch or something. I know there's I think there's a certain limit on it, but you can definitely put a few of those things in there. So yeah, give it a shot.
Do it.
I might work at Blue Microphones. Well, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But I actually I have to do a video on
going on with my internet
mic setup that I got from somebody they sent me. So no, I'm not doing that. I think it's Mint Green Creative. That's who I think it is. It usually is.
I know. I thought about it, but then I'm like, what if it's not?
Was he from Cali though? Where's he from?
He's totally getting me now. He's like, he's getting in my head. You know? I don't know.
Yeah. Kim, thanks for hanging out in here. We're overdue anyway, and I totally appreciate you coming in. It's a blessing to have met you and Keith and the other people in our community. Yep. So it's just awesome, and I'm glad that I can have great conversations with you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night to you.
And I mean, Jeff, what a great night, man. What a great night. Overall,
Llama's even dancing.
So happy with everything. You know, your llama's happy. I'm happy. You're happy.
My llama's happy.
I think it's time to say goodbye. We got to wrap things up, I think.
We should wrap it.
I'm just going to jump in here quick and say goodbye to everybody, and then I'm going to come back to you, so just hang out. Sir. And I'll see you in a sec. All right, people, I just really appreciate everybody that came in and watched the stream tonight. We had some really deep conversations, some great stuff, and it was awesome. And you guys are all great contributors, and it's a blast to see all these people. Like I've had a ton of people dropping comments, and it's great interacting, and I could barely keep up with everybody today. I hear that you're in New Jersey. If you get coffee, I will tell you who this is. I hear that you're in New Jersey. If you get coffee, I will tell you who this is. Huh. Is this Sammy? I wonder if Sammy did this. I don't know who this is. Who is this? Okay, see you later. Thank you for stopping in, and see you I wonder who that is. It's got to be him. It's got to be Mint Green Creative. It has to be. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Cashew, thanks, and thanks a million for Tuesday. That was awesome. And wrap it up. Awesome, both of you. Thank you so much, Mom, for watching the whole thing. I appreciate that. And we're going to see you guys on Tuesday. Don't forget, that's when Jeff has his stream at 9 p.m. And then mine is on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And we love the community that we have and the people dropping in. Mikey and Brian and Aaron and Lala and all you great people. Let's see you next week. And I'm looking forward to your guys' stream the next time we jump in. And yes, absolutely. Enjoy your night, everyone. Blind Guy, his wife, and their life has jumped in, and I'm loving your guys' stream, and I can't wait till the next one. And I catch you when I can, and I love Corey singing. So thank you so much. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Love you all. See you soon. Have a great night.